Man, what's going on, world? You know what time it is, bro? I had to do one. I had to do something. I had to charge the phone up all weekend. All weekend, man. And I know people are gonna come in and ask these questions, but all weekend I just been sitting there creating. All I'm on, man. That's all I'm on right now. Just creating shit, bro. That's all I've been on. Yesterday I was recording all the content. Zero G Beyblade joint going on. Zero G Beyblade tournament. Had the Beyblade X1, but it was bad bays. The bad bays was really interesting, man. Look out for that shit throughout this week. If you hear from the playback, etc., whoop wop, you know what I'm saying? Just you hear, look out for that shit. Zero G and Beyblade X tournament, bad bays. Basically, you make 5 bad combos, like 5 of the worst combinations and 5 of the worst builds you could think of. Make 5 of them. Your opponent picks 3 of them. You pick 3 of their 5. You guys try to battle each other. If you could win, hella chapstick on. If you could win using their bad base, that means that yours was worse, and you win technically. So that's the whole point of it. Damn, man, I had to put hella chap on. Oh, hella chappy. Hella chappy. Pause. Oh yeah, man. That's where I'm at, bro. My shit. I'm just looking at my shit. I'm over here inspecting my shit. I sat here, Go get that in. Get the stuff going. Get that shit. Oh, there's hella flies over here. Walked into hella flies just flying around. Can't be. That's the thing, man. I can't be walking around talking all the time because then flies will just get in. Pause. Get in there. Roscoe, what's up? What's going on, Roscoe? And that shit was crazy. The whole weekend, man. So I got pretty much a lot of work to do tomorrow. It's not a lot of work realistically. It's just time consuming. As long as I make things, correct and I do things right, I got to sit there and chop up the videos. Find the right audio and beats for it, instrumentals and whatnot. And in the meantime, try to squeeze in, some gaming related stuff. If it ain't that, just sit there and get some just try to upload some stuff. I actually uploaded the video today for the Zero G tournament. That's gonna come out Thursday in the morning. Later in the day, I'm gonna set it to premiere. Maybe I'll set it now, but who knows? But I'm gonna set that up. The video's dropping on Thursday. The events that happen Saturday, and then today what ended up happening was had a casual meet, Sunday meets we had at the tabletop. Went over there and got some of that footage. There's actually a lot of clips. The more I think about it, piece them all together, get the video going, put that vlog up. This is week six. Marvin Hales, what's going on? Thank you for being here, Marvin. Thank you for dropping in, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, I'm like, whew, I ain't too tired, but Z, what's good? What's good, Z? We just recapping the weekend. A lot of filming, man. A lot of stuff on my phone. A lot of clips on my phone. That Zero G tournament coming out Thursday morning. I finished it all. It's funny, I was taking the bus rides home and I finished it up. Yeah, man. I know you got work this week, man. You got your work cut out this week too, man. So I can't really talk. Man. So I'm gonna just try to work as much as I can. Just creating and whatnot. Z is helping prepare the space for us this coming weekend for SoccerCon. So he's gonna be busy all week, man. Z is also what's it called? A newly, organizer / yeah, I know, right? Newly certified organizer and / judge, I believe, for the WBL, World Beyblade Organization. So you already know. You know what it is, bro. Check out Blader Z, man. Check out Blader Z. I know I had also, I was trying to go faster, but I had to charge my phone up at the house. Cash, it was great meeting you today. It was great, man. I had to what did I do, man? I went straight to the library, uploaded the clips to the Discord, and then afterwards charged on my phone because that shit was dying. Bro, I put in the key in my door, right? front door of the house. I twisted and then it broke inside of the lock. So I had to get some pliers to pull out the key. And then, mom, rest in peace to my mom. I had to go find her keys. Ask my brother, where's the keys at? And then, I had to get like her old keys to swap out for mine. At least one of them, just one of them, the top lock and whatnot. And I'm like, this key is more smooth than mine. This is crazy. But yeah, you're not ready, Z? Z, you'll be fine. I mean, maybe not for the week, but maybe for the tournament. You'll be fine for the tournament, but for the work week, excuse me, that'd be crazy. Lighting technician and organizer judge for the event on Saturday. Yeah, bro has his work cut out for him, man. That is crazy. So shit, man. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he does it, and he's a dad. People forget that he does all this, and he's a dad. It's a lot. It's a lot going on there, man. I'm not on that level yet. It was great meeting you for sure, man. The Nodders, yep. Yeah, she was great meeting everyone. I met Noisemaker or Peter. I met them for the first time, so that was pretty cool. And then I already met Melly and Proto. I guess that was your first time meeting everyone, Cash. If you can come out next week, let us know because there should be more people. Mars will be back in town. Mars is the blind master, like literally blind. That's the blind master right there. Let's see. Oh, that Sunday is also a SoccerCon day, which is kind of, I don't know. And then maybe Lily and Nick will be around. They weren't feeling too well today. Chris had baby duties. Who am I forgetting? Yeah, there's a couple other people that usually show up. Eli hasn't been around in a while. Eli's usually there, and Jamal's usually there too. But I'm gonna have to message him and bug them. So my bad. Z says they got their next full video filmed for your YouTube channel. Oh, there you go. Also, for those wondering, if you guys are here from the playback, excuse me, or you're new here in general, man, check out Blader Z. Blader Z is mainly on TikTok. So if you got most people have TikTok. So if you're on there, I would say go there. But check out their channel here. We've actually done a few lives together. Just kind of chatted up about life and just just straight up nerd stuff. You know how it is. We get nerd out. It's about Pokemon mainly. And then what was I gonna say? Yeah, we've done some lives together, so you can find their stuff. They're tagged in my videos. You'll see them. Their YouTube channel. You can find them right there. The same profile picture. Zygarde or whatever. I can't even pronounce it. Zygarde. Profile picture. Yeah. Yeah, that was my first time ever. Maybe I'll try to show up next week. Let us know. Not sure what this week's are gonna be. Oh, it'd be like to be honest. I got you. Yeah, let us know. People are, they're busy. Most people are just busy in general, so it's always understandable. Am I going live at SoccerCon? I thought about it. I might. I think a lot of it's just gonna be filmed because here's the thing. SoccerCon is like convention center. It's along fifth and 6th-ish. Let me do the math real quick. 1, 2, yeah, about 5th and 6th. So my thought process is walk in with my charger on some of the days, maybe not the Beyblade day, and just walk around filming for an hour, like maybe Friday and Sunday, right? And then after walking through, film a bit, and then just walk over to the library and charge my phone up. Because the thing is, whenever I do an hour here, when I do an hour on the lives, it's like it kills like 80% of the battery, at least 70 to 80%. So you'll always see me. That's why you guys see me like I'll go live, right? And then I'll go to the library while I'm charging my phone up. I'll have the laptop plugged in, and I'm going live on the laptop doing Monster Hunter. So you'll see me just go multiple times, just charging things up in between. So we'll see, man. There should be places to charge. Oh yeah. See, you know what? I'm gonna think about it, man. Because the thing is, if I do that, I could just go live the whole time. I was debating bringing your tripod for a phone today. I really got to bring it next time. Cash, if you film it, you can have it for your content too, because Cash Artist does content as well. They do a bit of everything. I know they have some Blader content. That's the more recent stuff that I've seen. But I gotta check because I don't know. I have you on YouTube. I don't know if I took the Switch or not, or Twitch. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I found your Twitch, but I'm trying to cross the street. Pretty sure I found the Twitch, but I think I just chose YouTube instead because that way I can get the playbacks. But yeah, Twitch streams primarily. Excuse me. I don't know if I said I do the same kind of content. Oh, okay. I don't remember. It's been a while. I remember last time we spoke about it. The last stuff I saw was just the playbacks. I think it was the playbacks. It was something with Drown Buster or something. I gotta double check. I had something saved. I gotta double check. But yeah, if this place is the charge at the convention center, that'll make my life easier. I'll bring my charger too. Excuse me. But yeah, um, so that'll be a thing, and that'll be a whole thing in of itself. You know, we will be live streaming the tournament. Nice. Okay, that's perfect. On one of the light up stadiums stands. Good, good. That's good for me to know. Beyblade isn't something that happens often on my streams. Yeah, that's true. Just a fun gambling fake money with viewers kind of deal. Yeah, do Beyblades regardless. Yeah, I know. I know. Cash Rock does a little bit of everything too. But how are the commissions going? How's that going too? I know you were telling me about something last stream. The last one when I was like when I grabbed the coffee and I was spilling it on the bleachers. That was the last time we spoke about the commission stuff and the all the job related things. So wondering if it's all good still. You know. But yeah, it was good, man. It's a great. I'm surprised it's not like as cold as I thought it was. Like last week, I was leaving the house, it was still chilly. Now everything's pretty smooth. Oh, Z, let me know if you're still there. I just thought about that. How's it going? Let me know if you're there, Z. I don't know if you saw Jax's post. I'm kind of sad, bro. I'm really sad. You see Jack's post? I don't know if you follow him or not, but I was like, damn, bro. I got Jax. He's out of commission right now. I'm sad about that. That's on me though, because I really tried to help him out, but he got this shit taken for a month. I don't know if you know. He just made a random post. He said, "Mom took away my phone for a month." I'm like, damn, it's over. Yeah, all he wrote in the post was like, he's like, I won't be on for a month. My mom's taking away my phone. I was like, damn, it's done. I gave him enough money to get himself a stadium. I was like, bro, just take the donations in and whatnot, and then whatever. But see, I don't know. Here's the two things, man. He just needs to learn his lesson. Yeah, that's true. It's gonna be fine. It sucks because I'm like, there's two things. I don't know if like his transaction is in his Cash App card being monitored because he's not of age. So it's probably a bit of that mixed with I don't know if he was just talking too much about it and showing it off. Who knows? If he was showing it off, he's dumb. That's on him. But we're gonna find out soon. We'll find out soon. You know. But yeah, man, that made me sad, bro. I was sad about that. Cash, let me know if you're there too. I know Z's in here, but I was gonna say when I was on the bus ride down to tabletop today, I was trying to get this out the way. When I was on the bus down, I saw some people at the bus stop and they all had like Mariners gear on, like just all this Seattle gear stuff, just like Seattle teams and whatnot. So then I looked at him. I was like, "You guys going to the game? You guys are going to the game at 1?" And he said, it was like 6 of them. So the guy was like, "Yeah, we're going to the game." I was like, "Listen, I'm currently 3-1, and what I meant about 3-1 is that like whenever I wear the other team's hat, so I got the Rangers hat right now. Whenever I wear the other team's hat, man, bro, we win. So I'm 3-1, but as of today, since we won, I'm 4-1. So every time I wear the other team's hat, if I have it, we be winning, bro. So it's hella funny. So tomorrow, well, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the day after, it'll be the Reds. So we'll see on some Seattle joint. Oh yeah, the one line was crowded. Yeah, when you're arriving on the way in, that makes sense because it was like the timing. The game was at 1. We're trying to meet around 12. So yeah, a lot of people showing up early. But yeah, whenever I wear the other team's hat, bro, usually, bro, I'm telling you, usually we win. So right now I have I'm 4-1. I'm 80 percentile right now, 80 percentile. I'm trying to I'm trying to work my little magic and get the team to the World Series or something. We'll see. Get them to the World Series. Why not? That's where I'm at with it. That's a side note. That's a sidebar. But yeah, week man has been I don't know, man. I think there was one day. I don't know how. I don't know if it was the day you were tapping it with me, Cash, or someone else, but I was probably like 6 lives, and I realized how much that took out of me for the day. I was like, this is taking a lot out of me. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of energy right here, you know. And then to just be healthy in the meantime to try to eat right. I don't even think I'm trying to remember. Like I had the ramen at the tabletop. That was about it. I mean, I had something in the morning. Don't get me wrong, but it was just like beef ribs and chicken wings and shit like that. It wasn't nothing too big. Just stuff to reheat. But I'm realizing like if it's funny. There's all these signs to internet stuff mixed with some other things of people just kind of like be mindful of spiritual side of things, and then also people who do the planetary stuff. Venus retrograde, Metro or Mercury, all that shit. And I'm like, a lot of it really just, whether I believe in it or whether I can define it or not, a lot of it was just mainly about, how do I explain? What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever hard work you're putting in now, you got to be mindful of stuff. So I thought about it. I was like, I'm mindfully putting all the work in, but I've been neglecting the health side of stuff, man. I feel like I got to be very mindful of stuff. And it's funny because I brought a cigar with me to unwind. Because I can actually sit still for once. Because all the other days I was trying to do something, and like I realized how much I would wake up early, barely get some sleep, try to go back to sleep. My bad, you said something. But yeah, you should go to Mike's Noodles. Oh, 5 minutes from here. Where's that at? Let's go. It's like down the hill. Mike's Noodles. Yeah. There's also my favorite noodle spot is actually Betsu Tenjin. I don't know if you ever been to Betsu Tenjin. It's kind of near like IHOP, and then there's like, I forgot the name of that spot. It's like it's a hole in the wall though. It's really like, there's a Japanese restaurant on the corner, right? And then like there's you keep going down the block, like the back road, and then there's like a parking lot. But between the Japanese restaurant and the parking lot, you'll see Betsu Tenjin, and that's been my spot for a while. I used to go there in the dead of the winter. This is back when they had just a small booth with a curtain, and the curtain would block off people. But I think now they're doing it where it's like a giant, like, row, and you just sit at the rows next to people side by side. How do you spell that place's name? Betsu Tenjin. Betsu. Betsu. Tenjin. Betsutenjin. Betsu Tenjin. Betsu Tenjin. Yeah, and they only have they when I went, I don't know about now, but when I went, you said it's like, my bad, 2-3 blocks away from tabletop. Okay, broken on my ear. Yeah, try it out, because the thing I like about it is they really only have two options. In my bad, because I don't know if Z's still there, but my bad, because Miyata had asked. Um, I don't remember what day that was. They were like, "Do you know a good ramen place nearby or something like that?" And I'm like, thinking about it. I think it was when Z was going to watch the Naruto orchestra or something like that. And I remember I was thinking to myself, like, nearby, I couldn't really think. But then I thought about it, I was like, I mean, I don't know if Betsu Tenjin counts as nearby. It's still Seattle. But yeah, that would be my spot. They only have two types of ramen. They only make two types of ramen there. It's pretty cool. So it's like and they all have, it's pork bone broth, and it's the way they steam it all day preparing, if that makes sense. So they will sit there and like steam and boil the pork, like the actual pork bones into the broth. They'll do it all day right before opening, if that makes sense, and then they get the broth ready. So that's their whole thing. And like you can kind of taste, excuse me, you can taste the difference. I went there with someone who's like a weird like taste savant kind of person, and they were kind of being a hater. And I was like, honestly, man, maybe my taste buds are fucked up. Because I'll eat most things, if that makes sense. I'll eat most, but I think it's pretty good. The fact that they have two options means that they concentrate and specialize in other things. So that's what really clicked in my head for me. And you can tell when you go there. The service is pretty good. Again, I haven't been there in like a year, so we'll see. But I need to go back there. I feel like I need to go back there. That was back when I was drinking too. I went there when I stopped drinking too. But when I went there during when I was drinking, I would get the damn it was called Sapporo Black. It was like a giant can of beer. Giant can of. I might have got two sometimes. I might have told Liz, like, hey man, let me get a. It was like a yuzu something. It was like some kind of beer or something like that, and then like a Sapporo Black. But then they give you this glass, and I just went haywire, down in those and some ramen. It was ridiculous. But yeah. Um, Random side note. Hold on, let me check this. Got to get some Gatorade up in here. I don't know, man. The way my throat's been locking up, just talking right now, it's really like I question if I need to smoke or not. Probably don't. But honestly, like too, it's like the sodium intake I had. Bro, I poured like half of the pack of the sodium, the little sodium packet, the flavoring packet for the top ramen. I poured like half of it to try to not have as much sodium, and I'm still feeling like over sodiumed out. But it's also like sugars and things. I had a lot of sugar this morning. Fucking ube bread, man. Just eating ube bread. That shit got to me. I'm gonna tell you right now, shit got to me. Got me good. Got me real good. You see what them people doing, man. Trying to find a decent spot. I actually might walk over to the park, all the way over there. I don't know if it matters at this time of day. I don't know if it matters. I almost went to I'll go there tomorrow. The little corner store I always go um up the hill from my house, and the people there that work there are really nice, and they make those sandwiches. So I don't really need another sandwich. It was nice to experiment and try it that day. I'm not saying it was bad. It was really good. But I'm just like, right, your boy ain't got no income. So what am I doing out here cashing out, spending all the time, you know? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I'm kind of just enjoying things until it's funny. My deadline was after SoccerCon, so after the next weekend, things are going to be more locked down and focused, a lot more locked down and focused. And it's another day by day thing. It's funny. I keep saying this, but I was checking out the polls for the community post. So the polls for community posts, man, they were letting me know. I guess I'll say it now. They let me know pretty much two a day is really all I need to be doing. Two a day. So doing those 2 times a day, like lives and whatnot, that's kind of what I'm aiming for. So two is like the number that they were chasing. I think, and I put 2, 3, 4, and 5. I was hoping people would say 5, but people only care to see two. People can only manage to see two. Some people who have stuff going out throughout the day, they're not able to tap in with everything. There are some kids that they're playing sports on the side, so like they don't have time all the time. And then also shout out to my guy Pele. He's overseas. He's over in I don't know him in person, but I know him through the internet, obviously. And he plays sports like in the UK or some shit. So and then those other people that they go to baseball practice, football practice, and whatnot, so they're not able to tap in. But yeah, I try to check in with everyone, make sure I have like available time slots for everything. You know me, I drop stuff throughout the day, 4 hours, damn near like 4 hour cycles and like 1 hour cycles for live, or excuse me, 1.5 hour cycles for lives, things like that. Trying to create as much as possible, and I finally got to my 1.9 mark, 1.9K videos. So it's a mix of shorts and videos, but everything's getting posted. Everything's getting posted, man. Demon Hunter was good. Was good, man. I haven't seen you in a while, Demon Hunter. Where you been at, man? I haven't seen you back since when I was doing some of those early lives, man, just walking around, you know what I'm saying, in a different mindset. So like I'm in such a it's been great times lately so much that I don't know, man. I just seen a lot of people. But Demon Hunter, how you been, man? How you been doing, bro? Appreciate you dropping in. There's one dude I remember talking to him. He was in Saudi Arabia. I forget his name, but it was in that same era. And the only reason why I remember is because it was so cold outside. I used to do these lives out in the winter, bro. Just outside, just kicking it. I have like we're on episode 61, so I've done about 60 of these lives, just outside. Sometimes I'm indoors, but more or less I just walk out at some point. And all the other lives are like Beyblade related, if not like some video game stuff. So I'm trying to stay moving. I'm trying to stay creating with all this, man, as much as possible. But Demon was good. You just dropped in and saying what's up. I don't know. I don't know if LOE just means something else. I don't know, like an acronym. I don't know if it's LOL or if it's love without the V. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say it's love without the V, man, because I appreciate everyone dropping in on me. I'm gonna take it for the positive. I'll take it for what it is. But yeah, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, we good. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it, man. You know, the week itself was I don't know what happened. I don't know my days that well. Friday I was Friday I did one or two. I did two technically. I did one face to face, and then I did one on the gaming. But the 2 days before it, which would have been Thursday, and how's it going? Thursday and Wednesday. I think those 2 days. That's when I did the most, like five or six throughout the day. And then I want to say Tuesday, Monday. It was kind of I don't know, two or three. It was about two or three. But part of me was like, I need to stack in as much as I can. I have to do as much as possible because I keep seeing the number rising. It's slow, but I'm like, if I can help it, I'm gonna keep doing as much as I can, putting in as much work and as much time, being engaging as much as possible. And all the people that come in here and they engage on like I don't care if it's like a positive note or an ignorant note. Like I'll sit there and I'll do my due diligence to help people out and do my just do with them. Like just sit there and do my do my I don't want to say entertainment, but I'll say like I was going. I won't say entertainment, but I will say engagement. Engagement. I'll do that stuff. But my bad. That's kind of where my mindset's at. That's where the mindset and the thought process of everything right now is at, man. Every day. I actually had a another dinner on Friday night. So again, like I said, I was busy pretty much. I actually was doing a lot of editing and uploading on Friday. The more I think about it, some editing, some uploading, and some other stuff. Just emptying out the storage of the laptop. Trying to have more data going. You know, I realize I'm missing a lot of data. I don't have much data to like film like multiples of video game stuff. Like Fire, I'm doing Pokemon Fire Red currently right now. I'm still finishing it, so I don't have like a lot of data for it, and a lot of that is because Monster Hunter took up most of the data on my laptop. So I was sitting there racking up a lot of videos, like at least 7 or 8, and I looked at my data, started running low. I'm like, damn, I gotta. I guess it means that I need to go to the library and just sit there for a second. Because before I would literally stack up 20 videos at a time, sit there uploading them, quick Wi-Fi. You know, you get about 5 to 7 minutes per video, knock it out, do some things on the side, do some logistics, get my tags in, all that stuff. But anyway, fast forward Friday. Let's talk about Friday a bit because I had dinner with someone and they were saying something about like they were happy that I'm like happier away from my job. He's like, yeah, you're happier now because you're no longer at your job. The job, you know, the job I quit. And I was like, yeah, I'm happy you recognize that too, you know. And the conversation kind of went into this kind of this banter about like, you know, me doing the right thing and me doing things that, you know, maybe it's meant to be, et cetera, et cetera. And it was like a lot of it, like I didn't need to hear it. I didn't need to hear that shit, you know, and nothing against the person and nothing against what, you know, what was being said. Let me walk a bit. Nothing was being said, but I'm like, everything that's being said is like, okay, are these friendly reminders or is this some shit that like someone just someone wants to hear themselves talking about me? Does that make sense? Some people want to hear themselves speaking on behalf of you. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be asshole. I'm just thinking about the individual I was speaking with. So I'm like, I don't care about what she's thinking about, what she's talking about. I don't mean that in a bad way. What I mean is this is that everything she was saying, I already understood and I was already living it and I had already went through it in my mind. So you have to understand something. I was thinking about this, right? This is not important, but it's important to me. When I used to work, right? The intention for work was interesting because I was like, okay, I'm working. And realistically, I'm only gravitating to the content and the information that relates to me as a working person that has a 9 to 5 that you know would get the job done some days or would just sit there working the whole day. But nonetheless, I was busting my ass. And every time I got a chance to sit down, I would watch these YouTube videos and study. And a lot of those YouTube videos would just be based on like, oh yeah, take your money, invest it, and flip it. And I would, you know, take lessons here and there. I would apply it. I'll become successful. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm able to flip money and invest it as I'm working. Okay, that's one thing that's really smart to do. Now here's the thing, that energy and that kind of talk was attractive to me simply because I was in the midst of doing it. You understand? Now that I'm at this weird kind of like freeness kind of place. So you got to understand, because I had the value system of income during when I left my job, I was kind of sad. I was like, bro, I ain't got no income. So I'm feeling a little sad about myself. I feel like I couldn't provide for people or provide entertainment for people. So I felt a little sad. Once I got over that hump, it's really interesting because like, oh, let me walk through here, man. Like I said, we're going to the park. Once I had gotten rid of that and kind of got to this point right here, I'm in this like mindset of like, I don't want to say freedom, but there's freeness to it. So the whole free aspect of, you know, more free, whether that be free thinking, free loving, whatever it is, man, free expression, free creativity. And again, a lot of this is under someone else's, I'm pretty much under someone else's budget. So that's why you see me being, excuse me, that's why you see me being very mindful of wanting to fast purposely. So a lot of things are coming from a place of purpose and freedom, if that makes sense. So those same things were more or less what I was gravitating towards and what I was attracting as well. So the right information started showing up to me when I started living and operating from those places and standpoints. Now I used to be here in this same predicament. You understand, the same predicament and the same, I don't want to say mindset, but let's just go there for now. Same predicament and mindset. The difference was it was the circumstances and the simple fact that I didn't have the life experience of doing and sacrificing in other places, whether that be the workspace or whatever. So I didn't really have the outlook and the practice yet. See, I should have been doing this years ago. You understand? That's one thing I always say. I should have been doing this years ago. Everyone looks back on their life, the older they get, and they're like, there's certain things I wish I did, I should have did, I didn't utilize, I messed up during this time. Everyone looks back, and there's nothing wrong with doing it now and continuing on it. People feel like it's a far cry. You understand? People feel like it's too far away to reach. It's just like, man, I'm not gonna get there. Like I wish I did this earlier. If I did this earlier, we'd be there already. Sure, but what's wrong with doing it now? And a lot of people get discouraged and they give up. I'm far from that. You'll never see me give up at all in life, ever, bruh. Ever, bruh. If you see me run into a wall, bruh, you're always gonna see me try to break it down, if not try to run all the way around that shit. I'm real reckless with energy. No confidence with me, I promise you. I'm not someone built on confidence. I'm not someone. I mean, I'm confident in certain things when it's fact based. I tell you like that. But a lot of this, bro, is just some reckless energy. It's like, fuck it, we're gonna go forward. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, some people say relentless. I call it reckless. I always just gonna go forward, bro. I tell you, like I'm gonna just go for it. You know, if you see me with the Beyblade stuff, you'll see it, bro. I'll sit there, I'll build a combo. I'm like, man, I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's find out. Because what's gonna happen? This ain't the end of, and that's my whole experience right there, life experience, my whole whatever. It's through just doing. You know what I mean? I never know the quality of the content, so I just have to keep doing it. So when I talk about the 1.9K videos, I never know the quality of that shit. I'm just doing it the best I can, but nonetheless, I'm doing it. You understand? And that's one thing I realized, man. You start seeing this shit, it's like them people that sit there with it don't matter what kind of artist you like, bro. The underground artist to the mainstream one, they're all putting the same amount of work, and that's why people fuck with them. It's not about talent. There's some people who are talented that don't put the work in at all. So I just know that I'm of the cloth of just put the work and just create it. You understand? A lot of mainstream artists, they do a lot of shit. They do a lot of things, but the ones they put out are the more simplified stuff, or the things that people are easier. It's easier for them to grasp and understand, and it might be something that aligns with the times. You know what I mean? Whatever the moment calls for. If those moments call for like a time that's like, all right, we need these types of beats or these types of rhythms. Yeah, we have them on deck because you know why? They put the work in. Underground artists is the same way, but they just kind of put their best or most creative stuff out in general. They don't do the whole algorithm stuff. They don't chase the waves or try to create them or try to force it with the money and shit like that. But it's nonetheless, it is hard work. So I realized this with the content. It's like, see, the intention behind the content has always trying to create a library. You know, a long time ago, we first got internet at the house in around 2007. So in 2007, we got this internet at the house. Every time I had a sick day or every time I just wouldn't go to school, I would sit there and just look shit up. You know what I'm saying? I would literally be on MySpace. And then MySpace would bring me to YouTube. YouTube would bring me back to MySpace. You find these profiles and stuff. And then my whole thing was like, I'm starting to find things that I didn't know existed, but you go down these rabbit holes. These were early rabbit holes. This is '07. So this is damn near like about 18 years ago. 18 years ago, they had these rabbit holes where I'm just watching full gameplays, Dragon Quest 4, Dragon Quest 5. You know what I'm saying? Dragon Quest 6, all these games, bro. Riz, what's good? What's good, Riz? My God. My guy's in the building, you know? But you would see these games from this era, but it's like, imagine this is 2007, but I'm watching a video game that came out in like 91, 95. You understand? Someone created a library of something that someone cared about, like me, to find, whether I hit like button or not. But I viewed it and I never forgot that shit. I was like, okay, that's crazy. Because I didn't grow up on this shit necessarily, but I grew up on this shit, just different era. So to have this game that I wanted to look forward to and play and all that, just show up right here, ain't no coincidences, bro. It's supposed to be this way. So I want to do the same thing. YouTube just happens to be the thing. No one says go look for a video on it. Some people say YouTube it. So go on YouTube, you'll find something on it. Because YouTube got everything, Google got everything, and they're the same. You understand that? If you wanted to own stock in YouTube, you would own stock in Google. Does that make sense? So that's where I'm at with this, bro. You gotta understand, bro. That's what I'm doing. So everything's getting created. What I'm saying is the way I live my life, what I would normally do, is getting documented. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was having the conversation with the person at dinner. I was like, you understand that no matter what I do in life, why wouldn't I document that? Why wouldn't I monetize it? You understand? You ever heard that saying, you're good at something, do it for free? What I'm doing is low-key some bum ass shit. You just walking around saving money on, just saving money and just fasting or whatever, forcing yourself to fast for purposeful reasons, but that's different. Some bum ass shit. Not no disrespectful way, it just is what it is. And the whole point of me saying it that way and me putting it that way is, what's wrong with, The same way you would have these thoughts, what's wrong with sharing it? What's wrong with putting it out there on the internet and being held accountable for it? At least being called out for it. Because it's one thing to think about it. It's another thing to think about it and feel high and mighty about it. I don't feel high and mighty about my thoughts. It's just where I'm at today. So where I'm at tomorrow might be a little different based on what I learned that next day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You understand? It just, you keep going down the line, you keep evolving and, just in general changing. My whole thing is, why wouldn't I say that out loud? A lot of times you guys are gonna hear the same shit. There's one week where you probably just heard me talk about the same shit and just engage with the chat. You understand? And then when that changed, you probably just see me talk to you about the dude that was handicapped. And that's what I started bringing up at the dinner table. I'm like, listen, that dude ain't doing shit with his life. There was a dude I seen on live. I'm gonna tell the story. I say the story all the time. I'm gonna say it again all the time, bro. I forgot this dude's name. It's like Vincent or something crazy. This dude is handicapped. He's physically handicapped. Like his body, like his wrist is all fucked up. His neck is cocked and shit. His body's distorted, and he's, I'm gonna say mentally handicapped because he was able to talk to us and he was able to read the chat. But physically, he's handicapped, and he uses some kind of wheelchair. So everybody in the chat was like, "What's going on? Where are you from? Hi, how are you?" Just saying all this stuff, and he's like having a long time responding because his physical won't allow him to speak. He's kind of speaking at it's like real long, elongated and shit. It's fucked up. This dude only did a 7-minute live, and in that 7-minute live, I was able to type and talk to him. He said, "I'm in." You can find his shit too. Like he said, "I'm in Davao." I was like, "Yep, that's in Mindanao." Now." He said, "Yep, Mindanao. I'm in the Philippines." I'm like, "Yep, I know that." And I started, I tried to use a little bit of Tagalog that I knew. I'm more Ilocano, so I don't know. Started talking to him a bit, and then he just ended the live. He said goodbye after he did like 5 horse sneezes. The dude has these violent sneezes because again, he doesn't have much control of his body. But when he ended the live chat, dude pushed the button to end it. Am I correct? Because it's on his phone. Like you got to hit something. You ain't no fucking button in your hand in your little wheelchair. Dude, I seen his hand like reach out, like kind of toward. You see how my hand's kind of reaching, my arms are kind of reaching towards the camera. He did that shit. He turned it off. So even with a fucked up wrist and hand, dude turned it off. He stopped doing what he was doing, but he did something that day, and that was my point, bro. I was like, ain't no fucking excuses. This is no shade to him. What I'm saying is that was enough inspiration for me to be like, bro, hold on. If he can do that shit, what's my excuse to not do some every day if I got the time to do it? You think I'm gonna just sit around like, oh, I need time to rest today? Like, no, I don't. I actually don't. Some mind over matter shit. Not to act like my body don't matter, not to act like the matter doesn't matter. You just got to do it, bro. You got to put that work in. So I started thinking like, okay, I got 1.9K videos. This dude on his channel, he got 900 videos, but he got 2K subs. I ain't got no 2K subs, bro. I'm not saying he didn't earn it. I'm not saying I didn't earn anything either. But what I'm saying is he put the work in. We're just two different types of people. But for me, for him to do that, if I was in his position physically, bro, I don't think I'd be doing anything. I don't think I would be doing anything. So that was motivation to me. And I left him a comment. I liked the video. I left a comment. I said, that's motivation. Because even though this is 7 minutes, bro, you don't understand how that made me feel. I was like, bro, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I got this time and energy on my hands. And what am I using it for? Going to sleep? Nah, man, I can't do that. I can't do that. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. My mind's going to turn into what it is. My mind's going to turn to chat. Sunset live chat. That's what we're at right now, man. What's going on, bro? Sunset live chat, man. Listen, my mind is going to go there. You don't hit me with the trolling. That's the other part of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't hit me with the trolling. You don't hit me with the ignorance. If you don't hit me with anything positive, if you don't engage with me, you're going to hear this game. That's what it is. I don't care how you want to take it. But yeah, I ain't been need to. I ain't gonna lie. I probably shouldn't smoke, but I still might do it just to chill out because I might just hit there. You know what I'm saying? I really shouldn't be talking. All right, boy, really shouldn't be talking. I ain't gonna lie. Got all these different, before I left the house, I took the emergency. Matter of fact, I got the cop drop with me just in case. Yep, still there. Damn, it's still there. Still got the cop drop from earlier. That's crazy. I had this shit planned already, man. So that's how you know I was ready. That's how you know I've been ready. All right, let's get into it, bro. You already know what it is. A Fuente right there. It's the A Fuente. Reserva Don Carlo. It's the Don Carlos joint right there, man. Sit there, unwind like I earned something. We get into it, man. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna go buy a drink at the fucking. I'm over here dying like a bitch. I'll get a drink at the fucking corner store, the one I be frequenting, type shit. You feel me? It's all bad right now. It's all bad. Let's get it right though. It's all bad, but let's get right though, man. Reserva Don Carlos A Fuente. God was like, strangling my throat chakra. Pause on some like, you gonna talk right, man. Don't slander nothing. Keep it positive. Keep it, what it is. So that's why I ain't lose a breath yet. I'm still on point with it. In case you ain't know, man, two V's make an X. That's how I do it, man. Get that V cutter. Two V's make an X, bruh. Craftsman's bench. Type joint. Let's see if the cigar kills me. If it kills me, bro, it is what it is, dog. I'm gonna be dead anyway. I'm gonna go out talking shit. I'm gonna go out living my life, having fun, and enjoying life. Because I live that type of life, man, where I'm like, fuck that. I need to, I gotta enjoy something. I can't just be grinding, disciplining all the time, trying to set things up for people that don't deserve it, type shit. But that's how it be. That's how it go. That's who I am. Oh shit, that shit breaking up. Hold on. You're breaking apart, man. There we go. Gotta rip this off, man. That shit breaking up on me. Damn, that shit fucked up. There we go. The game I was taught, especially when you're outside smoking, you gotta wet the cigar a bit. It's fucked up. I remember I was out in the cold with one dude trying to change his life, and we sat there sharing a cigar. I was like, bro, I got saliva on that shit, bro. He said, man, fuck it, let's smoke it. I was like, man, we really gonna share this stogie? I got the saliva on it. He said, fuck it, bro. I said, my guy, he must have been down bad. So I sat there and talked with him. Shit kind of cracked too. What's wrong with it? That joint kind of cracked too. What's going on with it? Cigar kind of cracked too. What's happening with it? Why is it like? Why is it like that? I don't know. We'll find out. There you go. Get something out of her. There we go. We get something out of there. Get some burning going. Something out of there. Getting that shit situated. Something out of there, man. Gotta get something right. Get something flowing. Get something. Get the smoke going. Something like that. That A Fuente Gran Reserva. Oh no, I'm tripping. Reserva Don Carlos joint. You know what I'm saying? I forget where that shit from. Don Carlos. It's the Don Carlos joint. So getting right for the PM, etc. JD on it, man. Unwinding from the week. JD, man, my guy JD out here, man. I say this every day, and I'm gonna keep singing praises of JD. I'm telling you, bro. I told Tay Booger the other day. I said, bro, I'm telling you, every time this guy shows up, he will cook you. He's LeBron James, bro. He playing all positions, all five positions. He running the point. He out on the wings. He's center when he needs to be. He gets a rebound. He's in the post, bro. Like he's out there. My guy JD. That's JJ Wonder right there. If you didn't know, JD came out today too for the Sunday meets, man. Shout out to my guy JD, bro. That's my guy JD right there in the chat. You see him, the mod. You guys who play the live back, excuse me, the playback of the live. You'll see my guy JJ Wonder right there. That's the guy right there, JD. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you, bro. Every time he shows up, just cooking, straight cooking. JD, I forgot to ask you. I don't know if you're still there, man. How was the Minecraft movie, my guy? I don't know if I forgot to ask you. But yeah, man, we just smoking a cigar, just unwinding from the week, chilling a little bit in the center of the park. We're gonna see who's gonna creep up on me. You know, chill ass white area. It was chill for real. Yeah. Were you off the? You guys? I mean, well, I guess you don't gotta tell me. But I know you said you were high. But was up the shrooms or the fire flowers? You know what I mean? Fire flowers or Mario mushrooms? Yeah, boy. JD, man. JD, I'm waiting for you to go live too, man. Cool little little joint, man. I had a joint I think like last week. I was trying to relax the body a bit. One of my subs, he was like this kid that be following. He was like, "Stop smoking." I had to explain to him. I was like, "It's not a cigarette, bro. But I hear you. It's all love. I just needed to relax the body a bit." I was sitting in a messed up. I gotta work on my posture when I'm sitting down. That's my issue. I be having bad posture when I sit down. That's on me though. Dude gave me a crack cigar. I ain't gonna lie. It kind of cracked, but it is what it is. It's burning. It's just a little, a little crusty joint cigar right here. But yeah, man, it was dope, man. Today, I'm happy a lot of people came out. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 of us, and then like you showed up, so that made it like 6. So yeah, Cash Artist who was here in the live a while ago. That was their first time, and so was Noisemaker. I mean, they said their name was Peter, but I was just saying Noise. I was like, which one is better, man? I don't know if you're gonna respond to one or the other. I'm gonna just keep calling you Noise. So I just kept calling him Noise. Cause I also gotta get used to bro. I be hearing like the organizers talk to themselves, and then Tuck be calling Neo Aaron. I'm like, bro, I'm not used to that. This is throwing me off right now. Look at my crows. My crows ain't even asleep right now. That's crazy. Might feed them tomorrow. If I come up tomorrow, man, I'll feed them tomorrow. That'd be kind of cool, man. Feed them a little something. Yeah, you heard that too. I know that threw me off, man. I'm just not used to it. Have you seen Were you there for Faded Bay? I just thought about that. If you were there for Faded Bay, they have the QR code to pay Luffy, and if you saw Luffy's real name, that threw me off. I was like, what? What? This is your real name? So I forgot what her real name, because I think she's originally from Brazil, so she has like some South American sounding name. It's a really beautiful name, but I just looked at her. I was like, what? I'm so used to Luffy, Lou for short. It's just I'm so used to calling people by their usernames. The Cash App, exactly, Cash App and Venmo or something like that. That threw me off. I wasn't ready. I was like, damn. But I had to remember. I was like, she did say she was from like Brazil or something. So I guess that makes sense. And then yeah, there was one other person. I think the other one was I don't know if you were there. I don't mean to put all this information out there, but when I went to Sumner for the one of the last events, I think Plastics, and then I ran into Tuck's mom. She's like, "Yeah, Lucas is on the way," and I'm looking at her like, "Who is Lucas?" And I'm thinking for a second. I was like, "You mean Tuck?" And she didn't really say anything. She's like, I don't know." So then when I was speaking with Tuck on the app, he was like, "She knows my name. She knows my username. She's supposed to know." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I don't know, man. I kind of blurted it out, so I don't know. You know me, I be talking fast and shit. I be talking fast. I be mumbling and shit. So people probably don't even know half the shit I'm saying. I be talking to people half the time. I'm fucking like, what's he saying? Bro? I don't know what the fuck he just said. I just be mumbling, dog. I was the first mumble rapper on accident type shit. But yeah, I used to be like this all the time. I remember my cousins used to clown me behind my back, like, bro, we don't know what he's saying. I was like, yeah, I just be saying shit hella fast sometimes. I be forgetting. We really thought this name was. I swear to God, bro. And I think he said that was his middle name, bro. It's like Luker Tucker Wolf something. It's like a long name. It's like one of those like it's one of those names where it's like he might have wrote one of those Beethoven kind of joints. You know what I'm saying? Like a little orchestrated. You know, does that make sense, bro? Like he was writing the old joints, bro, like orchestra music, like sheet music. Like he had one of those names. I was like, this some fly ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. All he's missing is them like first presidential wigs. Like the George Washington joints. Matter of fact, those aren't good. I don't know if you ever knew, but those wigs were like syphilis people. It's kind of that's a whole other story. Some sad shit. The dude's rocking wigs in the White House. Weird shit. Some random information, man. But yeah, I'm trying to get life on track a bit. We getting life is great, man. I can't even complain. I sit there and when the more I concentrate and count up the positives, life is great. We're on a good one, and there's so much more to look forward to. And I want to spread that joy with everyone else. Pause. But it's just like let everyone know that like anytime you get on a good one, it's better than nothing. I swear to God. I was at work a long time ago talking with some people, some older people, and we're just talking about good and bad, the binary thoughts of like good and bad, evil and good, and shit like that. And a lot of the conversation started steering towards when you think about it, because I was saying like I always thought there was a good and bad thing until I started understanding function. And when people start ignoring functionality of things of like, people say like, why not? Or why are you doing this? Why not? And stuff like that. But what's the function of what you're doing? If you can't really tell me that, then it's a different story and conversation. But we started thinking in terms of good stuff, man. The more kind of good and more positive stuff you end up doing in your life, especially when you keep it in motion. You know how it is when you're in a car that should be at 0 miles per hour. I mean, the tank on E is one thing, but it'd be at 0 miles per hour. But you know when it's at 3, 5, that it's in motion. It's just slow. So being at 5 is better than staying at 0. Because staying at 0, that battery dies. You don't want the battery to die. So your motion of function. Motion is one thing, but the function of your motion, and if it's positive, you won't get to where you need to go. And that gas gonna be right. Gas, energy, etc. That's what I'm thinking. Like that's how I'm thinking about it, man. And I realize it's like I be thinking a lot about, oh, where am I supposed to be in life, etc. Am I supposed to be here? What's going on here? Why am I in this predicament? Things like that. But I really started thinking more about, well, what am I not appreciating in the moment? I'm learning to love every moment type shit. I'm learning to, love and appreciate every moment every chance I get, all that. And life is becoming more beautiful to me, man. It's at a weird, it's really cool, man. It's really cool. Should be playing out the way it needs to play out. Should be flowing the way it needs to flow. And I can't, it's not that I can't control it. I just can't understand where and why it's going in this direction. But nonetheless, it's happening. It's happening. What do you do when shit starts happening? You just, it's just happening. Ain't nothing to it but to recognize it, right? Ain't nothing to it but to just love the moment. You know what I'm saying? And I say this to say, like, a lot of people, we start missing this stuff because, you get older, you start, certain things, traumatic things happen in people's childhoods. I understand that. But every little thing that's, angering, if not bad and bitter or whatever, starts to, minus the zest out of your own life. And you start becoming this resentful kid, angry kid. And it's fun to flow, but you're not flowing functionally. And you're hurting other people's days, even though you're having fun. So I say this all the time. It's like, you can't just be doing anything because, if you're getting to where you're getting to, if you're finding joy in life and pleasure, but a lot of your joy and pleasure is making others feel bad or making them, go through some bad stuff, you got to recognize what's really going on. I say that as someone who has done and had my fair share of hurting people emotionally. Excuse me. And yeah, you just got to be mindful of that shit, bro. Got to be mindful and honest about it. Be mindful and honest about that shit. Be very mindful. Be very honest about that shit. The older you get, the more it's going to click. The more you put yourself in powerless, the more you put yourself in powerless positions, or you find yourself being powerless. You know what I'm saying? You start having this more humbleness about it. Right or wrong, you have the humbleness about it. You know what I'm saying? And more important than that, you feel me? More important than that, you see the people that have never had it in their life. And that goes back full circle. I'm like, yeah, here we are, able bodied and whatnot, you know, able to do more, but we feel like we need rest compared to these people who are stuck in resting position, these people who are handicapped, stuck in bed, stuck in chair, can't do much. And it's just like, who am I to sit there and act like I can't do nothing today, I'm tired, when these people are just stuck in bed and they wish they could do something, get out and do something on a functional, normal level, whatever normal is, right? So you ain't gonna catch me complaining too much right now. You're gonna hear me just singing praises of great people in my life, great people I meet, people who do great things, and the greatness of life itself. You're gonna see that from me. I promise you. Yeah, buddy. That's where I'm at with it. Uh-huh. And that's the time I'm on, man. So yeah, man, you chilling in the chat, you been in and out. I appreciate it. I love and appreciate everyone coming through here, especially if you stay this long from the playback or you fast forward to this point, etc. Double tap that joint. You already know what it is, man. The love, likes, and everything. Anything that helps me, man, I try to push it forward, man. I had one live chat. Nobody liked it. I had one live chat. 9 people liked it. It don't matter what it is. It's none of this is going under the rug for me. None of this is going forgotten. I try to remember every moment the best I can. And more importantly, in the moments, love and appreciate each one, bro. That's where I'm at with life, bro. You're gonna see me enjoying shit. Fuck what they talking about. What they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Huh? Ain't talking about nothing. That shit been stuck in my head, bro. That's really your life is right now. You know, it's funny when that album first came out. Our brother kept singing that shit. He wouldn't shut up. I was like, this motherfucker keeps singing Peekaboo. They talking about no, what they talking about, they talking about. He kept singing that shit. I was like, damn, bro, what the fuck? He fuck with that song. I get it. He fuck with the song. And then lately, I was just thinking about it. I was like, I listened to Donnell Rawlings. He did a little. I don't know, man. Shout out to my guy Donnell. I met him live and in person. I met that dude. Shook his hand, took a picture with him, everything. Check my community post. I took a picture with Donnell Rawlings, my guy, actually Larry. Yeah, it is. But he did a video where he was just kind of explaining himself when he crashed out. And I'm like, don't explain the crash out, my guy. I love you, bro. Don't explain the crash out. I love you, bro. Don't explain the crash out. I love you, bro. Come on. But in the beginning of the video, he goes, "What they talking about? They talking about what they talking." He started singing this song. I was crying. I was like, everybody need to stop singing this fucking song right now. Cut this shit out. And then I started re-listening to the album, and now that song stuck in my head, bro. All I keep thinking about is, yeah, I put them boogers in my chain. The motherfucker really put them boogers in his chain, huh? Yeah. The clear joints too. That shit had me crying. That shit funny as hell, bro. Say it ain't so. That shit funny as hell, though. That shit got me rolling, man. I'm on West Coast time right now, in life and in general. You understand that? I was playing some DB the General the other day. Watched his interview. I started playing some DB General. So let's get it. Let's get right with the energy, man. I played Knock You Down and Guilty by Association. I had to blast both of them back to back. Had the audio version and the video playing. Had both. Jewel Miller, welcome back. How them tournaments go, man? Jewel Miller, you still on my channel? You still seeing all the Beyblade stuff I'm posting? We had a Beyblade meet today, a while ago. Got done with that. I had a Beyblade tournament on Saturday too. Jewel Miller, thank you for being here. Appreciate you dropping in on me. Oh, what's this? You got the Black Cobalt Dragoon? That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm happy you got the Black Cobalt Dragoon. That's a dope one, actually. That's a good one to have. I'm so scared to use those because, the paint and whatnot. I think I bought a couple of blades that are like little baseball team joints and then the Cobalt Dragoon and shit, but I don't remember. I can't even tell you which one was which. I'll be completely honest with you. This joint, this thing wrapped a little different. You got it for cheap, 20. How'd you get it for $20? How'd you get a $20 version of that? That's crazy. $20 Cobalt Dragoon. That's a plug either because you got to think about it. The blue one is about 24, 24, 25 after tax, right? 26 if we want to round it out. Oh, in the Philippines, hold on, is it bootleg? Don't tell me it's bootleg. It better have the tri screws. Check the screws on it. If it has the tri screws, it's legit. If it doesn't have the tri screws, that's some fake shit. So be careful because you might not be able to use it at tournaments here. So just be careful. If it's $20, they plugged you, but it's real. All right, cool, man. I don't want nobody jipping you. I just don't want no one to jip you. But yeah, long time ago, I went to the Philippines, TT and everything. But you know how how screws will have a flat head, like you need a flat head or you need like the four, which is basically a Phillips. If you look at the screws inside the toy and it has three, you know what I mean, then you'll know it's real. But that's one way to look at it. And there's some shininess that people look at too. But I don't even know the logistics, bro. But you know better than me. When I was in the Philippines, like damn near 10 something years ago, 12 years ago, we saw these Beats by Dre's for hella cheap. We thought about buying them and bringing them back to the States. We are like, damn, we could, there's some real, they got legit shit out here, merch and shit. And you can get it for cheap. And, it functions the same way. It just comes down to authenticity or whatever. But like, who cares, bro? If you got some functioning shit, it be working. Comes down to who you love and support, right? But yeah, I'm happy, Joe Miller, you got that. Cobalt Dragoon, I'm happy you got that joint. That's what I like to hear. Good things happening to good people, man. Did you do any tournaments since then? Excuse me. You do any tournaments since the last ones when you were over there? Or did you do any tournaments when you came back to the States? We've been having a lot of tournaments here, bro. It's crazy. Not yet, you're about to. Yeah, you got to go up to those, man. They're fun. I mean, the Philippines, I could imagine it's hella active out there. I already know. Oh yeah. Oh, did you see that thing where it was someone in the Jollibee costume and he was Beyblading? Did you see that shit? That shit was crazy. Someone was in a Jollibee costume Beyblading. I was like, this is crazy. It was the Jollibee. It was literally Jollibee. Of all people, yeah, that shit was crazy. Am I running out of oil up in here? Dude said I could refill my shit for free if I run out of oil on the torch. I don't know if you can see that torch, man. But yeah, that's what he said. Probably like 50% of my followers on TikTok from the Philippines. Yeah, I'm saying they love shit over there, man. They love shit. Like it doesn't matter what it is. There are fans out there. If you find a guy in the Philippines that's a fan of anything, they are a deep fan of whatever that thing is. Rarely do you meet one that's like a half-ass fan of some shit. I'm probably the half-ass Filipino guy because I'm like a fan of certain things here and there. But actually, in the country, Philippines, they love shit. When they love shit, they love shit. You know what I mean? And like I'm saying, this goes for everything, bro. Like I'll be in live chats for people like because sometimes I don't have cable to watch like certain games, like basketball games, and they'll be play-by-play kind of radio hosts, or not really radio hosts, but I guess they're like podcasters talking about the Warriors versus whatever. Some Filipinos love the Celtics. Some of them love the Warriors. Some of them love the Lakers. Some of them just like certain players. Like, oh, we love LeBron, big idol, big idol. We hearing that shit all the time. Like, bro, cut the idol shit out. But that's just what they say. That's what they do, man. Grew up in the States, but yeah, definitely get some obsessive behaviors. Yeah, there's a few things, man. So like here, like my biggest thing might have been like Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Quest. It's very like niche, fanatical things. Those are probably my things. Like the Hunter x Hunter thing, the concept of Nen and the whole storyline, and like basically Togashi. I forget his fuck. What's his name, bro? Togashi, whatever. Togashi, the Yu Yu Hakusho lore, Hunter x Hunter lore. That shit is like it be feeling like real life sometimes. And Dragon Quest is just right up my alley. But Dragon Quest is the three-headed monster of Akira Toriyama, Yuji Horii, and Koichi Sugiyama, the three-headed monster. One of them was a storyline guy. I believe it's Yuji Horii. I could be wrong. Koichi Sugiyama. No, Yuji Horii. Koichi Sugiyama is a guy who was creating 8-bit orchestra stuff, and he does orchestrated stuff in general. And he created the whole soundtrack for Dragon Quest, and he created the whole because it's the first RPG game ever. Maybe in terms of like what we know in terms of Japanese games. It pretty much gave birth to that whole genre the way we know it. Turn-based type shit. He made the soundtrack for that shit. And then you have Akira Toriyama, the artist, like Akira Toriyama, the goat. So it's just three goats doing their thing on Dragon. So it's just the trifecta of this shit is crazy. And then you have Togashi. So yeah, I have certain things that I go down the lore of, man. It's really fun. But yeah, in Philippines, when they love shit, man. I mean, they're loving people. Yeah, it's one of them things. They're loving people. They find some shit to love. That's the other thing, man. People who love strong, their hate be strong too, man. They find some shit to hate, they get to hate. It's kind of crazy. Talking to a dog. Oh shit. Oh, I think a dog ran out the house. Yeah, I'm out here chilling still. I'm that way with Naruto. Yeah, DBZ FMA. Bro, FMA though is like, whew, Brotherhood, bro. That shit. Bro, I like that. Bro, I think I told you too. I like that shit so much. I had to watch it like twice. Like I watched it one time, like with my brother. I was like, bro, we gotta watch this shit. I'm telling you. And then I think he watched it on his own time, and then I watched it all again by myself too. I was like, bro, this shit is hitting, bro. 90 something, 100 something episodes. That shit was hitting. Kingdom Hearts. You watch it every year. I swear to God. No, you know what? I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad at that. See, I had to be careful with that behavior because I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm losing time out of my day, but I gotta do this, right? That's how I felt. Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon, but I'm getting there with Beyblade. Beyblade's starting to happen. It's starting to happen. I think like the thing is too is like I used to think a lot of it was just being able to afford it, but realistically, just playing the games and even just using the loaners were really fun. So like, I think I'll go down the rabbit hole of like buying stuff with X, but like realistically, like Zero G was dope. Zero G was fun, man. Let me get in some lighting. Get some lighting up in here. He says he watches it every year, man. See, I'm not mad at that. I used to be that way with Yu Yu Hakusho. There was an era I was like that with Yu Yu Hakusho and Fresh Prince. I was rewatching Fresh Prince and trying to reclaim my childhood. That's what's crazy. You know, a funny thing. I don't know if funny is the right word, but a weird thing about oh my bad. Yeah, weird thing about trauma is like I started forgetting certain shows from my childhood. People were asking me about all these, Ninja Turtle stuff and all these other shows. I'm like, bro, I don't remember none of that shit. I started rewatching these old ass episodes, cartoons from back in the day, Darkwing Duck, Fresh Prince. I used to watch Wayne's Brothers and Martin a lot and shit like that. I started having these like, damn, I forgot all about this shit. What the hell was I going through at that age that I know I witnessed this, but I just forgot it. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy because there's a lot of other things I remember. Pokemon was very easy to remember, especially the first 150. When I was a kid, I remembered all the numbers and Pokedex numbers and shit. But it's like, and then it's like color coded. Like a lot of the like except for like Psyduck. Psyduck is yellow, but it's a water type. So a lot of water types are kind of blue, and a lot of fire types are kind of red, if that makes sense. So, but it's something about that shit that really sparks something in the brain on a very simplistic level, and it just kind of works out for me. I'm trying to walk in the light a bit. Yeah, that joint kind of messed up right there. We are kind of beat up. I'm gonna ash it though, man. Yeah, part of my compulsiveness and obsessiveness too, man. I gotta just do shit sometimes. You know how it goes. When I figure something out, I gotta just keep doing it. I'm like, here we go. I'm starting to see them results, starting to see them numbers, man. Starting to understand it. It's making sense to me, but one thing that makes the most sense is just creating and just doing. Gotta keep creating, man. That's where I'm at in life right now. Gotta keep going. So I'm at with it. She barely lit. A roadie, man, I'm sad. A roadie, man, are you kicking it with me right now? I'm sad, bro. We're not gonna see bro for a month. That shit's sad, bro. You feel me? And like, see, I feel responsible for it. I'll be honest with you, man. Because like I said, I sent him some money and then he got in trouble. Because I was trying to, I wanted him to have some money to get his own shit. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna send him some money right now. Because I'm getting paid back by I'm getting a refund from PayPal for these, I got a refund. I was like, shit, I'm gonna send him some money, why not? And that shit backfired. I was like, damn, I got him in trouble, man. I can't do shit for nobody no more. That's how it had me feeling. That shit had me sad. Erodi, man, you gotta create some content too. Erodi, just go make some shit until he gets back. Cause I think he subscribes to you too. When he comes back, he's gonna see us shining, just out here working. He's gonna see us out here pushing P. Yeah, just out here pushing it. Getting out working, man. So I'm saying, Erodi, just drop gems every day. Push content every day, man. And when the Jazz comes back, he's gonna be proud of us. He's gonna get back on the grind too. He really in. It's like he's really in jail. That's how that shit feel. That shit's sad, bro. That shit hella sad. Yeah, man. And what's crazy is she took the money. I mean, she probably needs it though. You know, she's trying to support him. Does that make sense? She's like supporting, the kids, but like, it just makes me sad. I'm like, damn, dog. I just feel a little responsible for that, man. I gotta hold that L. I'll hold the L, bro. That's my fault. But I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him. You know what's crazy is his birthday is next month too. That's what he said, right? By next month, maybe he'll be fine. We'll see. That makes me kind of sad. But Erodi, just keep creating, man. We gotta make him proud in the meantime. Yeah. When he comes back in a month, he's gonna see we drop like 100 videos. We gotta do like 100 of them, bro. Let's do the math real quick. If I have scheduled on schedule, at least one video dropping a day, at least one video dropping a day for the next 30 days, right? That's 30. If I'm doing 2 lives a day, that's another 60. So we're at 90. Just got to figure out what I'm doing in between. But there's at least one video, if not one short. I'm telling you, at least one video, if not one short, sometimes 2 or 3 per day that I'm dropping. Usually. So by the end of the month, I'm going to have 100 videos, 100 more. And when he comes back, he's going to be proud of us. I'm telling you. We just got to make Brett proud, man. Because he was on the grind. He was grinding too. Just like us, bro. He was grinding just like everybody out here. Crazy, dog. That shit got me sad as hell. Because shit, when I was his age, I was grinding, but I wasn't doing it like this, you know? I was just doing sports. That's all I had was sports. I would just show him to the gym all the time. That was it. Kid got the same drive. He got his money taken away, and he got his device in order to create shit. So you gotta understand how that makes me feel. That makes me really sad. It's rare that you run as a young person putting in work. Grinding. That's some rare shit, man. Gotta make people proud. You got me sad as hell. Check this out, though. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Like I said, I needed the lighting, man. So I'm just trying to get right here. But yeah, I'm sad. He'll be alright though. He'll be alright though. Prop this joint up right here. I like this bench because they are like this. Like sitting down here because they got the they got ridges in the little table. You know, they got the ridges in the table, so I could just prop my phone up. There we go. But yeah, I was talking to Z about that. I was really sad. I'll take responsibility, man. I'll take some responsibility on that. Yeah, Brady. She's sad as hell. Hey, somebody else say something in the chat, man. Trying to look at that sad shit. Yeah. Burn that even. Yeah, whoever popping in. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Sorry. No, you're good, you're good. You're good, Z. I was just talking about how sad I am for the Jack situation, man. Yeah, because, you know, no, you're good, though. I'm just chilling, too. I'm just chilling out here, too, bro. You know, I like to leave the live on sometimes because I never know who's going to walk in and out. I don't know if you're here, but there's a dude named Nobody. He proposed to his girl. You know, he was telling us in the chat, he's like, I'm going to propose to my girl. And then the next day he said, I did it. And she said, yeah. So we're really proud for him. So that was dope. You know, but, you know, I leave the chat on and some people just pop in and out like, hey, how you going? How's it going? Are you still going? And shit like that. So it's really nice. But I always appreciate you dropping in, man. Everybody dropping. I fuck with this bench. Oh, man, this is my spot. I ain't gonna lie. This is my spot. They might have to name this shit after me at some point. All the lives be up here, low key. Close to half of them, maybe like a quarter or a third. But yeah, man, it's crazy, dog. You know, as soon as springtime started kicking in, I started getting like more. Yeah, soul was just getting more. I don't say happier, but like I don't know what the word is, bro. Like free. It's like a free feeling. Things were flowing right, man. Things was just good. So I'm getting right with the seasons, man. I'm getting right with life right now. And a lot of people have been tapped in with me for all different types of lives. You guys were here on the lives when I was getting off work, walking home. I would just be doing other shit outside of work, getting ready. I gotta go to sleep. I'm gonna get ready for work tomorrow. I don't care. I'm just outside right now. You saw me quit my job, did a live where I quit my job. Then you guys saw me do lives where I was grieving a friend. Things like that. It's just like you guys seen it all, man. And that's only been 60 episodes. And more importantly, it's only been like the beginning of the year, damn near like February, like last month, 2 months, or whatever. I was doing lives in Portland, so I was doing them since February, January. Just staying busy, man. And you guys see me go through it. I'm gonna try to get the whole year in like that, you know. Big year, yeah. And it's crazy, man, because it's like if I think about the full year scope, I swear to God, I was going through so much emotional shit last year, my guy, going through hellish shit. I was telling my friend about this. I was like, I was going through so much shit last year, and then when I started getting over it, whether it was therapy and some other shit, I started getting over it and getting my finances right, and paying shit off, and I swear to God, I started opening. The heart started to open up. Heart started to began to open up, and I can't make this up. And then Not Like Us came out. The song Not Like Us, bro. It's the wildest shit. Like everyone that was just talking shit and just being a hater at the job or just in life in general. Was like, yeah, I'm on that time, man. The motherfuckers get in my face. It's over. I'm talking shit. I wasn't on crash out time yet, but I was on point. I knew who I was. I was very solid in who I was at that moment in time. And then Not Like Us comes out. And then what makes it even funnier is started to open up myself a little more spiritually. And then the whole Beyblade thing happened, and then bam, here we are. So I'm getting to my almost my full year of Beyblade. That's sometime in August. All this documentation of stuff. Meeting all the some of the best bladers up here, just people in general, man. It's been a real good year. It's been a big year, man. Like Z's saying, been a big year, bro. Yeah. And I don't know what to make of it. It just is what it is. It's only April. It's only April. Only April. I got a lot to look forward to, man. But yeah, I used to say this a long time ago. I think I was saying it. Beyblade is a god's. Excuse me. Beyblade is a godsend. How did I butcher that? Um, Beyblade is a godsend. Yeah. You know what? Hey, if you could make your own blade, would you call it that? Godsend? That'd be crazy. Will they let you get away with that? They say Hell's Hammer. They say Hell's Chain. They say Hell's Scythe. There's a lot of hell. There's a hell of a lot of hells. But is there a godsend blade? And I think about it. I feel like there's a Godspeed one. There's a Godspeed yo-yo. That would be a fire name. Godsend, but that's kind of fire. But what would it be like? Would it be like Aero Pegasus? What if it was like Aero Pegasus? What if it was like the $15 of Aero Pegasus? That would be a true godsend. If it operated the same as Aero Pegasus and everything, but it was just 90% off. If it was a 90% off version of that, would be a godsend for people. Like, I really wanted this blade. You know what I'm saying? People, I really wanted this. But then that would also push up the price of Arrow. It would make Arrow so much more valuable because it's like, man, remember this Arrow when you had to pay for that shit? Because Cobalt is going up. Cobalt is like a stock. Cobalt is like Google stock right now. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You just winning out here? Are you just Cobalt Drake is like Nvidia. Matter of fact, Dragoon, Plastics Dragoon still in the box is going for 1,999 complete in box. I don't know about the stickers and the tape on it, but yeah, that shit, bro, is like 1,000. That shit is Nvidia. Like, what the fuck? That shit is Nvidia. But yeah, for no reason. No reason at all. It just is. But God send the Beyblade, bro. Hey, listen. Think about it, Blade. Think about it, Z. If you already got a code, I don't know if you guys know. If you guys shop on Mall of Toys, use Blader Z's code. I forget exactly what it is, but Blader, or excuse me, Z, just plug your code right now. If you guys use Model of Toys, if you're here from the playback, if you just fast forward to this point, whatever, and if you're just here right now with us live, it don't matter if you drop in on us and you fuck with Beyblade, Z has a code with Mall of Toys. So if you want to get some stuff at Mall of Toys, use his code Blader Z Crew. You see that shit in all caps? Use that shit at checkout. That's his promo code. And here's my thing, Z. If you already have a promo code, I think they're gonna let you in like deeper into the Bladerverse or whatever it's called. Bladerverse is an actual Discord group. No, so let me not say that. It's an actual New York thing, New Jersey thing, East Coast thing. But 5% off. There you go. 5% off Mall of Toys. Use Blader Z Crew as a what is it? Coupon code, I believe, or a code at checkout basically. Get that 5% off Milo Toys. Get it in, man. Get your thing in. There you go. Z is going places, and that's what I'm saying. Z is gonna get to a place where they're gonna be like, hey, do you want to design your own Beyblade? Want to do a collab? He's like, let me get that godsend. Ooh, that's gonna be. Ooh, my God. 500 followers on TikTok the other day. Let's go. You know what I'm saying, man? Z, that's like I'm on. Me and Z, we just putting the work in. Whatever we do, just put the work in, and that's like I wish Jax was with us because I mean he's still alive, but he got his phone taken away. But if Jax is with us, we're gonna be all out here just pushing content and spreading the joy of living and what Beyblade is for us. The meaning of it. Z, are you familiar with my I don't know her in person, but I follow her page. I've been following her for a while, but her name is Alomela. Are you familiar with Alomela? She's a blader from New York. If you are, let me know. I'm gonna send you her video. She has like a or you could probably find it, but yeah, based out of New York, and she started the Bladerverse thing. It's pretty much what we do. You follow her too, yeah. Did you see her video about it was like a mini vlog, if not like poem, as like an ode to Beyblade and what it means in her life. The fact that she goes everywhere with it, she anticipates matches and she teaches people and shit like that. It was a beautiful thing. Like it made me think like that's what that, and then seeing you with the cookies bag, I was like, yeah, I need to get a bag now. I need me a little bag. Shout out to Alamelo. I smoke my eye. I'm not crying. It's just smoke in my eye, bro. It's just onions, bro. I'm not crying. But no, man, it's damn, damn. But yeah, haven't seen it, but you should check it out. Yeah, man, that she was really it was kind of emotional. Like I was sitting there, I was like, I was watching her for about maybe half a year, and then I realized like, yeah, you know what? It's less about the consumption of buying it. It's like the actual act of all of this makes me really it's a lifestyle, I guess you would say, right? Haven't been watching movies, YouTube Oh, I see. YouTube content outside of yours. Oh, really? Damn. Oh, movies much. Got you. Much not. Haven't been watching much YouTube content outside of. Oh, really? Yeah, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm reading that correctly now. Got you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I've been accidentally replaying my own shorts because I was trying to remember what songs I used for the background. Because I'm like, man, I need to remember so I don't repeat the same beats and the same instrumentals. So I started doing research on my own shorts. I started replaying old shit. I was like, I don't want to repeat beats. I think I realized because there was one song I used a beat, and then I went, you tap the little song at the bottom, and it shows all the other shorts that used it. And I realized I had two videos on here. I was like, what the fuck? And I realized the older video was from 2023, I believe, or 24, and I used it for like Pokemon cards. So it was kind of funny. I was like, damn, I'm using the same shit 2 years later. So I felt kind of good. It was kind of a weird time capsule. And people are still commenting on my fucking old posts, which is funny. Someone commented on some Pokemon shit. I was like, bro, I don't get the cards anymore. But this was a time period when like these cards were new. I would just buy them. You know? Yeah, I'm no longer in the spending phase. That's kind of weird, man. That's kind of weird. I'm no longer in the spending phase. It's like I'm in a weird phase now where I'm like, Oh, so that's what I was gonna say earlier. Man, I had this thought process where it's like, I don't know if anyone here is familiar with the left brain and the right brain. Left brain is more logical, analytical, calculating. Right brain is more expressive, artistic. You know what I mean? Kind of like music, drawing, art, stuff like that. So you can consider that there's like masculine, feminine energy. You look at it that way. You know, masculine being the more analytical one, feminine being the more art and expressive one. But it's funny because I used to set up my days and my years and my months using the left brain, just being very analytical and analyzing, stuff. I would sit there and just set things up. Okay, let me do this. But I realized I would do it so much, so far into the future that I would protect myself so that when the times came, my right brain can express itself. The child in me could just be free. So, for example, I used to buy tickets to Mariners games, Seahawks games, cracking like whatever was nearby, college games. I would go buy these tickets, and then like I realized when I would get to the actual game, I'd be like, "What am I doing here? Like, how am I here?" But I was living my life so much in the right brain in the moment that when I got there, I was able to kind of enjoy myself a bit with family and all these other things. So I realized my left brain was protecting my right. So the analytical, you know, male, whatever, the rigid side was protecting the side that was like, hey man, we're setting up this thing, and that way this right side brain can just be a little more fun, and expressive and just explore and live and have some freeness. But not, now what's happening is this loving of life and experiencing whatnot that's happening currently. This shit is starting to prep myself on the left side. As now it's the right is repaying the favor to the left, which is really strange. So it's a weird. I'm going through a strange self love kind of evolvement kind of thing. Transformation, etc. Whatever, however you want to put it, however you want to put it, however you want to look at it. It was going through it right now, and it's like it's a good change. It's like I'm starting to understand. There's like a zest for life is one thing, but then just this gratitude thing, this loving and this expression kind of thing, just having fun every day and enjoying myself, and then spreading that positivity with other people. I haven't had that in a while, man. I've just been very work focused and like whatever. And I'm starting to find the balance of it. I was doing so much rigid shit. I'm just working for others and doing all this other stuff. I'm getting this balance. So it's really a beautiful time, and I have to be mindful about it. Master nurturing myself. You know what I'm saying? My bad. I don't want to be all up in the have my face all up in there. You dig? But yeah, man. That's my left right brain spiel. And that's where I'm at with it, man. But I'm starting to notice this thing right now. Where it's like I really would just I had to empty my mind a bit, on some Bruce Lee joints, on some Bruce Lee shit, Empty the mind. Empty the mind. That's what it is. Smoke's getting my eye. But yeah, really interesting time period. Wouldn't trade it for the world. It seems like I'm not supposed to go through this time period, but yeah. And I always told myself the funniest shit. There was a time period where like, and I say this also out loud for others that maybe might need to hear it, because you just never know. There's a time period, bro. I was like around the time, so I was graduating class of 2012, but I dropped out of 2010. Dropped out of 2010, got my GED pretty much around 2011 ish, early 2011, and I was trying to go to college before all my class would have been graduating. So that way I would have been in community college just working on shit. Didn't work out that way. Ended up just getting a job, got hired by my coaches, started working for them, making $10 an hour back in like 2011. I was doing like $10 an hour. It wasn't much, but it felt like the world to me because I was actually making money, had money in my pocket. When I hung out with my friends, I can get them food, things like that. 2011, I was like, what, 17, 18? So then time went on, lost a job, was kind of in a slump for a while. And it was either between 2011 and 12, 13, somewhere around that time period before I started organizing. But there was a slump where I almost like caved in and became like, a lot of my friends in the area growing up, they're all just like, a lot of them did crimes for fun. And if they weren't doing crimes for fun, they were doing crimes to get by. And I thought I was going to have to cave in and be like that. But in between that time period of me making that decision, I was kind of just sitting at the house. I ain't got no money to my name. And if my mom gives me $10, somehow I might just like spend it at Wendy's for some cheap shit, or go to the corner store, get me some chips and soda, just get some cheap shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just rationing money. During that time period, all I did was replay all the games that I skipped out on. You got to remember, around 2000, so let's say Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, and all that shit, that was like 04, 05 ish. We started moving around late 06. So between this time period, it was just like middle school, high school. I would just focus on life. Like, man, I gotta focus on other shit. We can't spend money on video games and shit no more. We gotta focus on life. We're kind of poor or whatever. So I wasn't really enjoying. I skipped all those generations of Beyblade, Pokemon, all that shit. I just missed out on so much shit. So when people say you didn't know about this stuff happening in this time period, I just wasn't paying attention. And what made it sad too was like I wasn't able to pay attention to the Sonics. I fuck with the Sonics. I barely could pay attention to sports. There was one year where I really didn't care to watch the Seahawks, and then we just ended up winning the Super Bowl. So it was a lot. It was a whole lot going on. But I say all that to say that during this like 8 to 7 month time period where I was kind of just depressed at the house, laying around all day. Some days I get angry, punch a hole in the wall, shit like that. Just being an angry little kid, teenager or whatever, right? I would just sit around playing Pokemon Diamond, bumping albums that I used to listen to all the time. So I used to listen to this quality album. I used to listen to this shit, whatever. Just start bumping this shit over and over again, playing back some old shit, some Cash Money shit, whatever. Just things I grew up on. Just trying to, these are all things that were creating a form of serotonin. Even though I was laying down, creating a form of serotonin, listening to music and enjoying video games. But nothing was happening. There was no income. I was told myself, I was like, man, I got to make sure my life never gets back to that point. That shit kind of go. That shit going out at the end, right? Yeah. It's really interesting because during that time period, I just didn't understand shit. I didn't know what to do. You know, time went on a little bit. Ended up starting utilizing my laptop a little more. Started writing more bars. I started realizing like, damn man, you got to utilize the time in your day. You got all these hours. Write something. And you got all these hours. Go try to create something. Walked around, tried to film a little bit. Well, I'm gonna turn this into like a little, I got a little editing software, some small movie maker shit. My laptop is gonna make some, Adult Swim looking bumps, some music bumps, some instrumentals. I was trash at what I was doing, but I was doing it. Time went on, got a job, started figuring that out. After the job stuff, started figuring out stocks, started figuring out dividends. Okay, start figuring this other shit out. Started making enough money to buy my mom some new shit, take her out to eat. Okay, now I'm starting to do all this. It starts making sense. Life itself just started to make sense the more I applied myself. And it was less about the job and it was less about the money, but more about just doing things and then just applying yourself. And it's funny because, like I said, I didn't know that I was prepping myself for this time. You understand? I knew that I was going to get to a point where I might have been laying in bed on accident, just indulging on, I didn't know that the new version of me playing games on the DS would have been me laying in bed, doom scrolling on the phone. But during that time period, guess what's happening? I get dividend. I get emails. Oh, you got this dividend coming in, this stock dividend coming in. Oh, this thing that you bought, this thing that you pre-ordered months ago is starting to come in now. All this shit is just starting to come out. And I'm like, okay, I forgot that I do all this shit proactively just to prepare myself to enjoy it in the meantime. Just in case I ever go back to that moment where I'm sitting down in bed, just laying down sad as hell about life type shit, feeling sorry for myself or just, feeling depressed. Who knows? So again, I'm not that low, but to understand and recognize that that's happening right now. That's why I have all the reason to be happy. Because that is a form of self love to sit there and do something so far in the past and recognize something so far in the past to make sure it never happens again. And if it does, you have preparations around it, you have dividends around it, you have things around it, you have skills, you have experience. I didn't realize what that was. So when you see me having this zest for life, jobless, trying to figure shit out, I'm figuring shit out from a very happy standpoint and being really happy flowing with it. Because I prepped this based off the experience I had before. And I didn't realize I had that much self love for myself. And it's starting to make sense now. It's starting to compound now. And like, I'm one of them people that all I do is just share it with people, man. What I got all this stuff in storage, but that's just for me in the future. But I got more stuff to spare. I share the things I spare. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time for me to be alive. So I don't know what people's timelines are looking like, but if you make it to that point in your life, bro, anybody here from the playback, anybody here just showing up right now, anybody, whatever, bro, I hope that shit applies to you. I hope that shit makes sense to you. I hope you find what I just figured out for myself, bro. This level of self love I didn't know I had for myself. You know what I'm saying? And it could have been the most boastful version of myself, the most ignorant version of myself. And he still looked out for me in the future. Like, motherfucker, you're gonna be 31 one day, and you might be going through shit. And let's make sure we got a safety net on that bitch. And here we are, happy as hell. Living it, bruh. Zest for life type joint. Just happy in the mug, bruh. And who do I owe it to, man? Myself. Me applying that energy to others around me and that being reciprocated, and me seeing the reflection of what I've done for them, what they do for me, and how they have love for me. Like, that's like, bro, I didn't realize I put that deposit into the universe. I didn't realize that shit. It's hard to recognize you make that deposit in the universe, bro. I'm just not figuring it out. I'm like, damn, I did that shit. I didn't even realize I did that shit. Somebody, I swear to God, I went on the phone. I was going through some depression shit last year, going through all this relationship shit, just depressing shit in general. I started calling people. I just want to know who the fuck was going to pick up. I want to know who the fuck I was going to pick up, man. There's one dude I shout out to my, I'm beefing with him right now because if I told him if I seen him, I was going to sock the shit out of him. But shout out to my guy, Brian. That's my guy. But realistically, like, he kind of patched me back into one of my other best friends that we're mutually friends with. I'm gonna say these motherfuckers' names. Shout out to my guy James, man. And James just kept calling and checking on me. Like, damn, I hear you going through some shit. I'm just checking with you, bro. What's going on? And we just tapped back in with each other. He apologized for, leaving Seattle abruptly and just kind of leaving us as is. AKA was good. AKA was good. He just, he let us know. And he let me know, like, man, what you going through? Just talk to me, man. Fuck that bitch, etc. Whoop wop. He would just let me know. He was just talking to me. He would just call and talk to me. And I had these people talking to me last year. And he was saying something. He told me a story. He was like, bro, yeah, there's one time I had my you know what I'm saying, lost my job when I moved out the city, the city he was living in down south, What's up? What we talking about? AKA, just tune in, man. You know, I don't want to lose my train of thought, but let me just say this. So my guy, he's telling me a story. He lost his train of thought. You know, he lost his. I'm mixing up my words. Congrats. I appreciate. I got to double check it. I don't even know my numbers right now, but I appreciate it. AKA, thank you for that. And he was like, yeah, there was one time I lost my job, and I'm just sitting here living out the car. I'm just living out the car. I'd be living out truck stops and shit. People trying to open up the door. I gotta fight these people coming up to my car. He's telling me all these stories and shit. He's like, yeah, but I just knew I had to get through it, man. I just had to get through that shit, make it through. I was like, where I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that, AKA. Oh, that's the same. That's the same post. Um, so he's like, yeah, I'm over here. Um, I'm over here trying to, just live out of my car. I'm just trying to, um, and he said so much shit. He was just saying all the stuff like that he was going through. He's like, I was homeless. I wasn't eating much. I was, trying to, I don't know. He was saying all this. I don't want to put all the information out there. And one of the things that he said that sat with me was kind of fucked me up. He was like, yeah, man, but you know what got me through that shit? He said, I was like, what? He said, you did, man. Because all them times that we would just be, go to the boxing gym together, all those times that you were going through shit and you were just like, I just got to get through it. I got to be strong for other people. I just figured out, like, damn, that's 1% of my life that I met that was like that. And I was like, bro, I don't even remember that about myself. I don't remember saying that shit or doing that shit. It just felt like I needed to do it. It just felt like I had to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers right now in their 20s, 30, late 20s and 30s and shit. And he told me that shit fucked me up. I wasn't ready for that. Because when we reconnected, that was middle school, high school. And he was like, yeah, that shit that you used to be motivated about every day, that shit that you would just do to, just stay on point and just stay solid and stay strong, to just keep going and trying hard. That shit kept me alive just trying to live in my car. I'm like, I don't remember being that person, bro. I can imagine I probably was, but it was enough, to have that inspiration to give to him. And then, he gave that energy right back to me. And I'm like, man, I got to get out my shit, bro. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got homies, man. I just be giving them money sometimes, man. Growing up, they should just buy them food and shit. Motherfuckers just be listening to other people. And there was one homie that ended up getting homeless, and I remember sending him some money, and he was just being grateful. But it's just like we could barely have a conversation, man. I don't understand this shit. But he's just in his own headspace, and that's no shade to him. That's no knock to him. It's just where he's at. It's just where we both at, bro. And he's homeless. He can't figure that shit out. But he be saying that shit all the time. He just be saying like, man, I'll never figure this shit. Whatever. We call each other brothers, just on some God shit, on some straight, we both pray to God type shit, on some, we both love God type shit. But he's just in a different predicament, and it's real sad. These are some people in my life, man, and they always have this weird callback for me. They always say, "Remember that time you did this for me? Remember that time you said that to me?" I don't remember a lot of shit. If it feel right in the moment, man, I might just do it for people, and that should be coming back to me. And then what I'm realizing in this time that I have to myself, that I'm not working, because now that I'm not working, I'm just reflecting on self. I realize how much stuff I did for myself in the long run. I'm like, damn, I did all this shit for me, assuming I might quit my job. That's fucking crazy, man. That's the wildest shit. I don't remember this shit. I swear to God. I only remember it when they start telling me, and it fucks me up. I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to take it, bro. I don't know if it makes me feel good or bad about myself. But nonetheless, it's like it's just one of them head nods. Like, okay, you just never know who needs that shit. Because I don't want to give myself praise for that. I don't want to give myself praise for that, man. You understand? I want to give myself praise for that shit. I can't. It's really hard to. It's really hard to hear that shit and give myself praise. Maybe I'm not there yet. But it just fucks me up to just hear, like, bro, what got you through your day was thinking about some times that we had growing up, bro. Crazy, man. You start reflecting on shit. I had that shit the other day where, like, I started figuring out a lot about myself as a person and how much a lot of that was just influenced by relatives I had growing up. Feel me? A lot of people I feel like I don't fuck with sometimes, but at the same time, it's like a lot of who I am is based on who they are and what they've done in front of me and what they've taught me. That's a hard thing for me to grasp, bro. But here I am at this point in life, just understanding this level of maturity, this level of whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw this shit away. But I still got the mic attached. But just understanding that shit, and it gets to me something different, man. It be hitting me something different. I don't make of it, bro. It's the type of time I'm on, bro. You feel me? I'm taking life real serious. I feel like, the more I take it serious, bro, boom. Jack's kid, he posted again? You talking about he said he posted again? I'll check it, bro. Just tell me what he said, bro. Is it a new post or is it an old one? Ooh. He posted something new already? Or is it the old one? Is it the same old post? What is it? Let me know what it is, man. But that's where I'm at, bro. I'll be taking this shit serious, man. I remember what it was, man. I remember what it was to like cut a meal off for myself. I used to sit there, motherfuckers would buy us chicken because motherfuckers used to buy us food because we were moving and we ain't had no money and shit. Motherfuckers used to just buy us food. This lasted for like a week. This shit lasted for like a week. I remember that shit, bro. I can never forget that shit. I got smoke in my eye. I ain't crying like a bitch, but I might be. Uh, but yeah, man. Shit crazy to me. Shit fucking crazy. And I remember that shit. And I always gotta pay that shit forward, man. It's not fuck me. It's just, fuck the shit that I went through. And I don't want no one feeling that shit. On any level, bro. I swear to God. On any level. If you can make someone's day, why wouldn't you? That's the time I'm on, bro. If you can make someone's day, if you can help someone out, why wouldn't you? Some people don't know what to do with them layups and alley oops. You dish somebody the assist, nobody know what to do with it sometimes, bro. It's like that. It should just be like that. I'm gonna keep tossing them joints. John Stockton out here type shit. You understand that? John Stockton, think about this shit. John Stockton was still willing, let me say it like this. He was still willing to toss all them assists, even though he was dealing with Carmelo. Carmelo was a dope player, but he's someone he impregnated a fucking a teenage girl, bro. He was still willing to get the assist with my guy. Him and all them other people on the fucking team. I don't even know them fucking names, bro. On Utah. I only know Seattle players like that, low key. And some other, all the other big names and shit. But that era escapes me because I was a kid. It's crazy. And it be like that. It be like that. John Stockton, man, I need to get me a Stockton jersey. I'm gonna stop playing around, get me a Stockton jersey, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing them lobs, I'm hitting them assists with the right people. Because it's all about showing them, like, hey, man, I can shoot and steal as much as I can hit the assist, man. Toss the assist. And that's where I'm at with it, bro. I'm on the assistance, bro. Let me get them assists. You gonna know about me. People be thinking it's all about money. People be throwing money at everything, bro. It's not always about money, man. It's really about I'm saying, influence and love you show people. And it's hitting me now. I'm like, damn, if this is the effect that I have on people, it gets them out of, suicidal situations, if not survival. I'm gonna keep doing whatever it is I'm doing, man. Because sometimes I be feeling wrong. Sometimes it feels heavy, but it's like, bro, you be helping people out. You be surprised what that does for your own mental, what that does for you. Be real surprised. And I'm happy about myself, man. I gotta get, I'm learning more about being happy with myself type shit. That shit is a whole different ball game, bro. Shit, a whole different ball game, man. But here we are. Whole different ball game. My bad, AKA. I didn't mean to like not talk to you, bro. I don't know if you're still chilling with me, bro. But shout out to my guy, AKA. I literally just got done talking to someone else about AKA. That's crazy. I literally just got done saying like, yeah, we got to do that. Coming here from like Middle East, Dubai type area type shit. And I know you over there, so my bad. I literally just got done talking about you, and then I just kind of kept, but I'm here, bro. Just come tap in with me next time, man. My bad if you hovering around type shit. This shit, man. This shit all janky right now. It's not good. Shit not even burning correctly. You know, things like that. A roadie, I'm gonna check it out. I don't know if he's still there, a roadie, but I'm gonna check it out because you know, I'm gonna check it out. I don't know. He's man, a roadie pop back in. Let me know if he posted something new or if it's some old shit, man. He be always doing this shit where he tells me to check something out, but I might already know about it or something else. But a roadie, let me know if you're there, man. It's getting cold. I've been sitting here for hell long now, just outside. That's where I'm at, bro. Getting that assist. I'm hitting there, you know what I'm saying? I'm throwing it off the backboard, assisting to myself. I didn't realize how many times I did that. Now I'm looking at my stat sheet. I wasn't even trying to stat pad. I'm looking at this shit like, damn, I did that. It's fucked up, man. But that's also some old shit. That's the beauty of getting old, man. Beauty of getting older. I like that. Lets me know I've been living. You know, if I wasn't recognizing it, it would also mean I didn't learn nothing. That's the other thing. If I didn't recognize none of this, it would have meant I didn't learn nothing. Which would have been another crazier realization in of itself. But yeah. Did he make a post, bro? Is he in trouble? Let me know that. Or would he be dropping in and out type shit, trolling me? Come on, bro. Let me know what's the truth. Let me know what's good, man. You know? 'Cause I'm not trying to be out here doing more harm than good. That's my main thing. That's the main thing. Yeah, I'm chilling, man. Life had hit me like that right now. Hit me good. Balls. I got snot. I didn't know if I was in the camera with all the snot. But yeah, let me check this out. Ooh, my bad. Mic is still on too. There we go. That shit gone. Mic is still clip, but I'm off camera. Mic's still clip, but I'm off camera. I'm here though. I'm here with it. Trying to get that, trying to push it to 2 hours, man. Let's get it. Making up for lost time out here, man. Get that 2 hour in until I get my notification. If I get my notification, I'll shut it out. My battery's strong right now. That's crazy. Battery's strong, man. I'm just out here chilling. Dude. Wherever y'all are chilling, man. There it is. There it is. Yeah, man. My people coming in and out, so I don't know. I'm just out here on time, man. I'm just on my own time right now. I'm living off bar time, really, but utilizing my time right now. Smoke all that's left out of this, man. Utilize all that's left out of it. Smoking and spitting, that's what I do. Yeah, man. Can't wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna get some work in. Ooh, in at work, and I got everything clipped up, got the videos set up and everything. It's gonna drop, clip it up, get them shorts in too. Get all my work going, man. Get all my work going, man. Here we go. Second. Damn, bro. We with this shit, huh? All right. We're doing great on time too. And we're doing great on time. Battery's killing it right now. Battery's on a whole. Battery's the MVP right now. 99% a while ago. That's what happens when you do 99%. I might have been at 100. I think it was 99 though. Also, it's a good thing because when I do my stuff outside, let's say I'm charging up outside, right? I'm using, public library battery, charging up over there. So their electricity more so than the one at the house. That's a better feeling. That's way better. But yeah, man. Call it a wrap right there. Yep, straight like that. Wrap it up right there. I can find a spot too. You gonna catch me get the prayer on the tree. You feel me? I might hit it right here just to show you. I'm gonna do right there just to show you too. Once I get that joint cured, get that shit cured, pure, whatever, I'm gonna call some people too. I'll hop off. Pause. Yeah, man. We chilling, man. It's different, man. It's a different time, bro. Gems coming out in spurts, thoughts and all that coming out in spurts, but nonetheless, man, it's coming from a you know different value point, different place of life, whatever. You feel me? My guy on right there. Yeah, bro. Talking about him damn stuff. Yeah. Different than me. Different than me. I'm at her too. But yeah, man. Well, it's your life, but why you making it shorter by smoking? My life, but why am I making it shorter by smoking? That's funny. Yeah, man. Where we at with it right now? That's where we at with it. What you know about smoking cigars, aka? What you know about smoking cigars? Let me know if you know anything about that. Because I'm not saying it's not having an effect. I'm not saying it's not having an effect. But let me know what you know about it. And we can talk more about it. We start there first. Yeah, man. There we go. Nothing, never tried. I'm not asking if you tried, but I'm saying, what do you know about it? You know, that's the other aspect too. Not asking if you tried it, just asking what you know about it. Because you don't inhale. I'm not using that as a cop out. Because like I said, the effects still be there, still lingers. You know what I'm saying? And every pull from it, the pull is different than actual inhale. Every pull is meant to. I don't know if I don't know if you're familiar with people who do like wine tastings. So people who do wine tastings don't actually inhale. You know what I'm saying? Or excuse me, they don't actually ingest or drink the wine. They taste it and they spit it out. But that's the same thing with a cigar. But it also forces me to sit down and relax for a second. While I do know it causes emphysema, my bad, degradation of alveolar. Here's my thing, right? Again, back to the cigars. Because you're not actually inhaling, you're just, you pull the smoke in, get the flavors of it, and you blow it out. Now, I'm not saying it's not lingering there and like I'm not inhaling anything at all. I'm just not fully inhaling it the way I would with regular weed smoke. And weed smoke is more, positive than it is. Well, it depends on the strain, depends on the reasons too. More positive for what you're doing with it than it is tobacco. Now, this is natural tobacco leaf. It's not like the overly produced cigarettes, and people actually inhale cigarettes. This isn't a cigarette, it's a cigar. There's a difference. So if that's what you're asking. Also, this forces me to sit down. But like I said, like I was saying, man, you weren't here earlier in the live, but things I would normally do in my life, you'll see me out here just walking around by myself. You might see me take a smoke. You might see me somewhere eating. But why wouldn't I just do the monetization stuff? And that's where the lives kicked in, the idea for it at least. But also, all of the things you're talking about, all the technical stuff, you got to understand another side of it is like the mentality of, and again, this isn't to shit on the science or anything. That's the same thing. This isn't to shit on the science or to dispute the facts. But it's like, you ever met someone who lived their whole life doing everything right? No smoking, no drinking, no none of this shit. No overly lustful stuff. No, you know what I'm saying? Nothing that makes them human. You ever seen someone that does something like that and they still end up dying of some form of cancer? They still get hit by a truck. There's all type of shit that'll kill you, bro. Just on a day to day. People will be out here doing all type of shit, hang gliding, bad troubleshooting with hang gliding. People just parachuting and shit like that. They end up dying and shit. Motherfuckers get hit in cars. People be in the cars when they should crash. You got all this plane stuff. So you're not gonna do things that are enjoyable. This is an enjoyable thing to me, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it has some things that'll probably kill me in the long run. But you act like I'm doing it every single live, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not doing it every single live. That's one thing. So what I want to say first is I appreciate the concern, first of all. But second is like, bro, people doing all type of shit. People be eating bad all the time. You're gonna call out every time someone does something that shortens their life. Someone eats a bag of chips. Someone drinks a soda to enjoy themselves in that moment. And people will drink soda more times than People will drink soda more times throughout the week than I actually smoke a cigar. It's been a week and a half, bro, at least. No, maybe a week, because I think I did it last week. You see what I'm trying to say? So again, I appreciate the concern, but are you going to call out the people who do things on a day to day? Do you have that same energy for them? Is my question. That's all I'm saying. But I don't care about them. I care about you. That's why I just informed you. But this is what I'm saying, is that, again, in the scheme of caring for me, knowing that I'm not doing it every day, and then also what I'm saying is the knowledge of the cigar compared to a cigarette, where you're pulling it but you're not inhaling all the way. This is the logistical shit I'm telling you. I'm not justifying my actions. I know what I'm doing and I understand like what it could probably do in the long run for me. In terms of like negative, right? Negative. I understand that. I already understand that and I'm still doing it. Does that make sense? People come from diabetic families and still be chugging on soda. But my question is like when you know, that's my whole thing, bro. So that's why I started off with like appreciating the concern, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean, bro. It's like there's things on a day to day that people do. There's certain actions that people take as well. You know me, I sit there and inform it as well. I try to, I call shit out too. So that's why I hear where you're coming from. But what I'm saying is, with this thing, because it is one of the things that help me sit down and helps me kind of relax a bit, and it's something I would normally do, you're gonna see me do it on live, and it's like it might rub people the wrong way, and it might be something that's whatever. But that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, when do I draw the line then? Here's the point, bro. The whole line thing is like, if I was to do it back to back days, that's different than someone who's doing it once a week. Who I'm doing it right, like that's what I'm doing right now, on some once a week type shit. But that's what I'm saying is, are you living your life to the purest extent? You see what I'm trying to say? Because then now you have to go down the whole line. Because people will live their whole lives doing this stuff, but it's like, when do you enjoy yourself? See, here's the thing. This is an enjoyment thing, right? When to ask this out, it's an enjoyment thing. Is it hurting people in the process? Not necessarily. How many people do you know in your life that sit there and do this weird lustful stuff for women and have these thoughts for women and stuff, and it's sort of harmful to them, and it's also harmful to the way that they actually speak to them when they finally start speaking with them? You see what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to like say I'm better than them, but all I'm saying is that there's like, where do you draw the line? The question is more for you. It's like, where do you draw the line? Because like, you're telling me about this thing, you're calling out the cigar thing and the smoke stuff, and you made a clear point to say, I'm over here talking about life, and this is where I'm at right now. and I'm smoking this cigar, right? My question is, where do you get off without actually knowing this stuff and all the other things to say that is my question as well. You know what I mean? It's not an argument. It's just a conversation. Because you can't tell me that there isn't people like that either. That sit there day to day, will have these foul, lustful thoughts for women that are influenced by social media and other things. So when it comes down to actually meeting women, they don't know how to talk and deal with them, and they're detrimental to them. But they get enjoyment out of speaking to them, like their favorite YouTuber or their favorite whatever. They're pretending to be, right? And that's their enjoyment that they do. It's a form of conversation or calling people out. But how often do I do something that's pleasurable for myself as well that harms others? If we're talking about drawing the line, does that make sense? I guess that's where I draw the line. This is my enjoyment that hurts me more than it hurts others. And back to the time aspect that we were talking about a while ago. It's like, this is enjoying and having gratitude for each moment. Again, like I said this a while back. I'm not justifying actions here. I'm not arguing. But yeah. The other aspect I was saying is like, where do you get off at doing that or calling that out without having the knowledge of cigars? You know? And at that point, you'd have to prove to me that you live the purest life and it has its benefits. And I'm not saying you don't. You probably do, but you know, I don't really care if you do or not. That's my point too. You know, but I appreciate every bit of concern. Believe that. You know, but let me know if you're drawing a line in the sand at everything. You know, I actually had a friend like that. He drew a line in the sand with everything, but he had a hard time befriending people because he started creating all these principles in his head for himself. Again, not saying he's right or wrong because he was still my friend. But like I said, back to the John Stockton analogy, I would sit there and do the same thing for him. Like even though he was probably the most detrimental person to certain other people's practices and ways or the way they carried themselves, he was anti everyone. He was one of those, but he was still my friend. Still supported him when I had money. I'd still go out to eat with him. You understand? But he got joy out of like being correct all the time and wanting to call people out. You know, he was obsessed with his spiritual practices, his religious practices. He was obsessed with that, and he got joy out of calling people out all the time. He got joy out of calling people out and being right. But what benefit did he do in his normal life for himself? Is kind of where I'm at with it. After life, you will be judged by your action, may it be for enjoyment or anything. I'm a religious guy, maybe. But what I'm saying is this: in that same regard, do you get the joy out of calling people out on their thing rather than recognizing and understanding what it's for? You see what I'm saying? Like in terms of drawing the line, that's kind of where I'm at with it. As again, and it's not a religious thing. It's really just a self practice thing in general. I mean, religion and practice are like there's a fine line between them both, but yeah, obviously one has more faith, right? But yeah, I didn't. But you see what I'm trying to say is like, and back to like drawing the line, it's like where do you kind of draw the line too? But what is the thing minus the thing? But that's why I brought it back to the gratitude part. I was like, I appreciate where you're coming from, pointing it out, but just understand that like it I don't know. I forgot what point I was trying to make. Um, it does more to me, probably hurts me more than it does others in the long run, if that makes sense. So at least my joy is not of like making other people's days uncomfortable or having the conversation. Because the difference is you and I are having the conversation right now, but there's other people that like maybe you or my friend would have had these moments where they just called people out on their stuff, and he was just as religious as you are probably. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. But why would I hurt myself? Why would I hurt myself? Now again, question back to this of it hurting myself. How much damage is it doing? Also, the other thing I was gonna bring up, and again, I don't want to compare myself to this dude. I don't know if you ever met the dude who, or sorry, not met. You saw the video of the guy. He lived to be 108, And some of his secrets for life was having a cigar and a glass of cognac, or was it whiskey, every day. He was 108. He was still doing it in his hundreds. He was still driving a car. He was still smoking a cigar. He was still doing this. You can sit there all day and say, oh, yeah, maybe his genetics are great. Maybe it's whatever. But a lot of it, again, back to the mental, he knew it was more pleasurable and just kind of his thing that he would love to do rather than think, you know what I mean? Because it's more stressful to think about what are the things I should be doing? What are the things I need to be doing? It stresses the mind and brain a certain way. That's even more detrimental than actually doing the things you love to do sometimes. So you can say it's a self-hurting thing, but at the same time, you're doing things that you love to do, and you're staying out of the way. You're not hurting other people. You're enjoying people's company and other people's lives. That man who did that shit, cigar and drinking every day up until 108 years old, he enjoyed his life, and he wasn't hurting no one in the process, but he lived to be 108. Now, I'm not saying I'm him. I'm not saying I have the potential to be him. Excuse me, I think I do have the potential to be him, but I'm not comparing myself to him. But that's the other point too. You understand? Because it's a mental thing too. People kill themselves every day thinking like, damn, I did the right thing my whole life. I was doing this. I was eating right. And they be forming cancers in their head, bro. People form tumors in their head just overthinking shit. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't want to influence you. I don't want to sit there and say, you should have a smoke. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to say you should have a drink. I'm not going to go that far. But I will say, for those people that it just kind of helps them unwind and loosen up a bit and make them a little happier, sit down, maybe enjoy life the way it's helping me. I will say that what's wrong with recognizing that as well? But that goes back to like, where do you get off at pointing it out without the knowledge of what it is? Not saying there's benefits. Maybe there's more of a mental and spiritual benefit to it for me. You know, because now we begin to question other people's cultures. You know, and practices. Now it goes into that. But like I said, you're saying it's hurting, right? But my thing is, in theory, because it is a cigar, and in theory, because there is some tobacco smoke that gets ingested more so than not. In theory, it affects me. Now, is it hurting me? We have yet to know. We have yet to tell. You understand? My obsessiveness, there's no obsessiveness over it. There's no reliability on it. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Because a lot of that shit doesn't make sense to people who want to live overly righteous. That's my other point too. Again, you can live your life overly righteous, doing the correct things over and over again, doing right by people, and simply just thinking about it and stressing it and making sure you're on point and doing all this is keeping you away from the things that are probably making you happy and can actually culturally bring people together. See, some people who drink socially, there's less stress of it. There's less reliability on it because at least they're doing it socially. You know what I mean? I used to sit there and drink by myself. I would just be chilling, drinking by myself. That wasn't good. If you caught me on those days, I would believe it. I would listen to you. That's different. But you see how it is. I'm out here with y'all pretty much. Hold on, let me break this down. I might do a little thing for the tree. That's the other aspect. The people I was taught by with the cigar stuff, they were taught by some other native people who were saying like, because it has the properties, because it is rolled from like the natural tobacco stuff. Because the other thing is the cigarette actual wrapper isn't healthy for you, but the cigar one, because it has the actual plant wrapping, you can donate it back to earth and whatnot. But you got to pass your blessings on with it. But let me know, man. I see you making sense of it, but you got to make sense to me with what you do or don't know. Just understand where I'm coming from. This is an argument with you, but yeah. Well, let me show you what it's about. See if I can flip this around. That joint right there. Is that on it? Sorta. That right there. Put that there, man. And we're gonna peace out because it's at the 2 hour mark. Actually, I didn't get my 10% part yet, but I didn't get my 10% warning yet. But I'm starting to get cold out here. I ain't gonna lie. This shit was kind of crackly. That's my thing, man. I'm not asking you how you view it or how you feel about it. You know, but it's love, bro. My shit on me. I'll put it right here. There we go. Spider web on there. Yep. Entry. Yes, sir. But honestly, man, shout out to the live chat because that was what I was waiting on, man. You know, AKA that's my guy. He showed love from the beginning, and he's still showing love right now. You know, for people that think that this is, you know, you gotta understand when I go on live, this is the Pandora's box that I want open. You know, I want people to. I like that kind of conversation. You know, because could you imagine like I don't have enough people that want to sit there and have accountability conversations like that. This is why I like going live because of the accountability conversations. People that keep me on point as much as like I can sit there and have the conversation and defend myself a bit, or you know, kind of explain my actions. Because a lot of times, what I'm doing, um, you know, to some degree is more relatable to others. You understand that? It's more relatable to certain people. There's other people just like me. I understand that, and that's the other aspect that was very important. He cares for me than other people he doesn't know. But I care more. I'm gonna say I care more, but I also care for the people who are just like me that I learned to practice this from. But again, the point I'm making is that this Pandora's box that he opens up is what I like to see in the live chat. Let's get that going. I love that shit. So I love AKA, bro. Excuse me. You know, and anyone here from the playback, please tap the live chat so you see what's going on. This is the Pandora's box I want. There's been people here showing up on some weird trolling stuff, and I've had to ban them because you know there's some racist stuff, there's some ignorant shit. We try to shut that down because it comes from a place of hate. Their enjoyment of trolling here, you know, their enjoyment for trolling here, um, comes at a cost of my brain power, but it's good exercise for me. So that's why you got to understand. With AKA, he showed love from the jump, and he's still coming from a place of love the whole conversation. That's his way of caring. At least that's my assumption. And you got to understand, you see me sitting there chatting it up with him for 10, 20 minutes because I'll entertain love more than I will hate. You understand? Don't get me wrong. There's been some ignorant shit in the chat, and I've entertained it. And you know, sometimes you guys will see me flip it around. People will say some shit to me. I'll flip it around. I'll ask them, all right, y'all, you got this much time, 5, 10 minutes of your day to troll me in the chat. You guys in the same room together doing this weird shit. Let me know when you guys do your own live. Let me guys put your brains together to do some content. Yo, it's cold as fuck. Hold on. I'm freezing out here, bro. You boys freezing. Just let me know when you put that same energy into doing your own shit. You know? That's what I want to know. I'm putting gloves on, bro. We'll hop off live in a second when we hit that 10% mark. Ooh. Yeah, but I don't want anyone to feel bad. For me or for AKA, man. Oh, there's 10%. Damn, there's 10% right there. But let me close it out like this. That's where I'm on, bro. Be talking to me from a place of love, just like that. We're gonna conversate about it. We're gonna chop it up. And also for the future reference, anyone that drops in with ignorance, you know, I'll entertain it, but I'm gonna flip it on you. That's one thing. But yeah, it's love, man. That's love. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the conversations coming my way. But yeah, also disclaimer too, man. I don't promote smoking. It's just what I do. You understand? If you read, I mean not read, but like read between the lines and also pay attention to what I'm telling y'all, man. You gotta remember. My whole thing is this, man. I always say it helps me sit down because I'm always trying to do things and get things done. Forces me to sit down, reflect a bit. That's the analyzing side. Tap in with that. Have a little fun and enjoy myself a bit. Wind down a little bit. Relax the mind because sometimes you be going forward so much you get a little too tunnel visioned, and I try to avoid that shit. You feel me? Make sure I got all my shit on me. Yep. Yeah, my bad. I'm at fucking top 10, 5%. Hold on, let me see something. All right, when I get closer to 5, I'm gonna end it. I'm still got a train of thought going. I should end it now. This is some bullshit. Everything is happening right now. Got time on shit too. All right, y'all. That's a sign. But yeah. I'm gonna end it like that, man. I gotta charge the phone too. Some bullshit. All right, here we go. All right, man. I'm cold as hell. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Got my 2 hours in or something. Making up for lost time. Let's get to it. Peace.